everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman. I'm joined by Bradley Ellis.
Hello.
Ian Hink.
Hi.
And Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
Now, this is a very, very special episode of the Easy Allies podcast. We're live. We're live right now on Twitch. Yeah, this feels good.
Yep.
High energy. It's going to sound weird. It's going to look weird. Understand that that is because all of this was done in a live fashion.
Live.
Because it's E3 week, and that's why. So, in accordance to that, in making this a very special episode, we have very special goals. So, Brad, your goal will be for the person who fills your seat.
Whoever fills my seat needs to do Stone Cold impressions.
Stone Cold impressions. Okay. Ian, what
Stone Cold Steve Austin impressions.
Is there another Stone
Just
Cold
make it
man?
real specific. I know how things go around here.
Can I get that written in triplicate, please?
Ian, what is your goal for your seat?
The person who takes my seat cannot say the word Ubisoft.
Oh. That's great. That's very, very good. You're playing the game right. That's exactly the kind of thing Brad was talking about. Bloodworth, what is your goal?
Mine was similar to Ian's, but not as evil. But it was, they can't use the word shadow drop.
Oh. That's just a fun word to say, though.
My goal, again, is to not say the word fishy.
Fishy.
Yeah, it's been...
Does that come up a lot?
It's been 20 episodes in a row. I have a 20 episode streak of saying the word fishy. Yeah, it's really
He even
weird.
had a goal to not say it, and he still said it.
Yeah. So I'm bringing that goal back. I'm going to try my hardest not to keep that 20 streak alive and kill
Or
it.
is it the person that sits
20.
in your seat? Or are you going to swap seats?
I'm not swapping seats.
What word is it?
Fishy.
Got him.
That'd be hilarious if we swapped seats and Kyle got Ian's seat. And he has to talk about that Ubisoft conference without saying Ubisoft.
Wouldn't be right.
So the fourth conference of E3.
This is going to be everyone, if you're just listening to this now, if you pop this in your car, this episode is going to be a doozy. Just to warn you right now. There's more news right now than we have in any other week, any time of the year. There's a lot to cover. We'll try to do it swiftly, but, I just want to prepare you.
And we're rotating in 8 people.
Yes. Well, 3 more. I'm staying.
Yeah.
So, yes, at the halfway point, at podcast halftime,
So
we
not
will
everybody.
change the panel. Yeah, as we said, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, great. There's no Don, no Jones.
Rip.
Yeah.
Oh.
No Jones?
No Jones.
Huber, you knew this. We talked about this.
Begin corrections music,
Late night
please.
after the podcast.
He left the company.
And corrections music starts now. Okay, so the God of War demo was 10 minutes. Huber vindicated. The person who sent that in was very apologetic, apologized, just had the math wrong somehow. Yeah, you were right, Huber.
Anyone apologizes? I accept all apologies.
Great. The actual lyrics are, if you get down on me, I'll get down on you. And the band who sings that is named B44.
What?
Don't. You don't need to do it.
What happened?
This is the song he picked.
Crazy episode.
You want to hear what it is?
Pokken DX also introduces 3v3 team battles, online ranked play, and friend-only group matches. So it does add new stuff. Media Molecule has shown off their Dreams editing tools in many streams. People Can Fly owns Bulletstorm. Gearbox simply published
Yeah, that was
the
a
remaster.
good one.
It's a good correction,
Yeah.
officially from Bloodworth.
Deep correction.
What was it?
People Can Fly owns Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
EA no longer.
Wait.
Did you say that was a good one to your own correction?
I didn't make the correction.
I
I was the one that was
Easy,
involved in the
fellas.
conversation.
He went in on his other account.
Correction.
Actually, I own Bloodstone.
Because we were trying to figure out, how the heck does that work with EA and everything involved, and they just explained it very clearly.
Yeah. Rhino has not yet been confirmed, or probably won't be confirmed for Spider-Man, but Mr. Negative is the villain. Donkey Kong Country Tropical
You're in
Freeze
Spider-Man?
was released in 2014. I'm Mr. Positive, baby.
Oh.
Gran Turismo is the second best-selling racing franchise. Number 1 is Mario Kart.
Yeah, that was a funny one. Yeah.
Finally. Yeah. Mario Kart. Does that count?
Yes,
Does that
it
count?
counts.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Does it count?
No.
It counts. It's a racing game.
Racing.
You come in first, second,
Yeah.
third.
It depends
it's a race.
on it depends on verbiage too, because it's like if you say racing or driving, would you call Mario Kart a driving game?
No,
You
Yeah.
drive it. It's just not a
You're
sim.
racing around a track in a vehicle.
Sorry,
Yeah.
GT. And then finally, Lego Pirates have guns and corrections music, please.
Lego Pirates.
And
Perfect
there it is.
ending.
Okay.
It ended right there. It was perfect.
Great. All right. That was fun. Yeah, that was our special live version of the corrections music.
It won't be back.
Do you all know my favorite way to start a podcast?
Game announcement.
Game announcements. And so, obviously, we're going to be talking about a lot of game
We had a
announcements.
couple of those, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
there
going to be
were
talking
one or
about
two.
game news, console announcements. Here's how I'm framing this podcast, everyone. I want to talk about what is different from last week to this week. And so we're not going to talk about every press conference in like, I liked that trailer or they showed something interesting from this. I want to talk about it from a news sense, basically. And the framing is press conferences. Obviously, a lot more things were announced, but this is plainly the cleanest way to do this.
Some things were announced minutes after the press conference.
And minutes
Yeah.
before, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to cover all of them. Again, if I missed something, let us know. I guess. No, maybe the panel. I think that'll be
Can
overwhelming.
I just say that's super weird in a way?
What is super weird?
To announce something after the press conference?
No.
Like the 2D Metroid? Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
Yeah.
That just seems like you have an event where for everyone to tune in and you...
Blood, you're stealing talking points from the second panel.
Right.
It's not right.
Screw those guys.
They can't say Ubisoft.
Yeah. What a bunch of chumps.
Let's talk about the first press conference that we saw. It was EA's press conference. It was on a Saturday for the first time ever. They wanted that Saturday spotlight all to themselves. And I have 3 bullet points for EA.
Brutal.
Let's start with you know what? I think this is the biggest one. I think this is the biggest story. If I was a newspaper editor, I'd say take this one. BioWare's new IP.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Anthem.
Yeah.
And we got to see it at Microsoft's press conference, but because it's EA's news, let's just talk about it all at once. So, we know what that is now. It's EA's Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of impression do we get of Anthem?
Well, the first thing is it's a very easy comparison.
Yeah.
To Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is really
Like
blatant.
it just seems like a different take on Destiny. You know, it's like you have a lot of things that you can say are different, but the basic framework just feels very very similar. To where, yeah, you group up in a hub world and then you go out on quests together and you have a bunch of different classes to invest in, and it's just how those mechanics all kind of work together are different, but it still seems to have the same, simple concept.
Yeah, I mean, what was funny is it was rumored, not even rumored actually. EA talked about this to investors and said, look, BioWare's working on a new IP. It's gonna be like an action adventure, massively multiplayer game, and that's where we assumed, they want Destiny.
Yeah.
Ian,
Hey.
can this be a Destiny? Can it be a success on that scale? Can EA pull it off with what you saw from Anthem?
I think it's got a lot of potential. It looks really cool. I like the third-person perspective. I like that from everything we can tell, it seems like your mech suit is your class, and you can have access to multiple mech suits, and you can switch at will.
And upgrade them as
and
you want
upgrade
to
them
as
as
well.
you want to. So, I mean, I think it's like you can max out that crazy, like, floating witch lady if you focus on that, or you could be kind of a jack of all trades, it seems like. And I do think, I mean, Destiny has the ghost that's basically you that talks, but I think that this one, because the second demo, they talked to us and then we responded in a female voice. So I think it is kind of that BioWare, like, you make a shepherd and you have a female voice or a male voice and you're a player character going through it, which is different from Destiny a little.
Yeah, you motioned this and explained. You actually get to fly, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The environments
Yeah,
are
yeah.
huge.
And dive underwater?
And so I should say there are some key ways that it is very different from Destiny. And actually, it's first person when you're not in your suit.
Yeah,
right,
when
it's
you're
the
in
opposite of
city,
Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got it.
They're like, let's stir it up.
Yeah.
Yo, we got some cricket problems.
We do got some cricket
We
problems.
have
We got some
cricket
major
problems,
cricket problems.
but it's gonna get hot. I'm gonna let the crickets stay.
What if we just
Yeah.
like Just go out there and like make some noise for a second.
Where is it? Like in the
It's
room?
outside.
I think it adds to the
It sounds like
ambiance.
it's right here.
No, it doesn't.
See, you just gotta go out there.
You for
See? You're
Yeah,
just
you're
flying to that
hunting for this cricket, dude.
Hubert got the cricket to stop.
thing. Yeah.
No. Okay.
The cricket whisperer.
Let's take this to Brad. I want to talk about my favorite announcement from the EA press conference, a game called A Way Out.
Yeah.
So A Way Out is from Hazelight, which is the studio that Joseph Fares, the director of Brothers, he's the writer-director of this game. It's coming out in 2018. Brad, what is this game? What's A Way Out?
A Way Out is a co-op only game.
What?
Only. Split screen. Only. Designed for couch co-op in an era where everything's gotta be online multiplayer. This game said, no! We're doing couch co-op.
Whoa.
2 characters start in jail. Don't really know how they got there. We'll find out the backstory, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
It does have online though.
It has online.
I'm saying,
It's
but
just-
they
But
made
you
a
know when you
heavy
play-
focus.
Yes.
It has online, but the creator frowns upon it.
Yes.
Well, but
If you
that's what
play-
you're
saying,
Even when you play online, it's still
Yes,
split
if you
screen.
play online,
Right.
he will look down
Yeah,
upon
split
you.
screen.
2 characters in jail, do a jailbreak, and we see them out living their crazy lives, and it's really cool because you can see what the other player is doing at the exact same time as you. For instance, they showed a character in a cutscene, and the other character walking around.
Right. Had free control of
Yeah.
the camera while the other one was locked into a
Saying,
cutscene.
hey, who's this chump?
Yeah.
Who's this chump?
Eyeing him from above as that chump was getting incarcerated.
And I love that the split screens aren't always equal.
Yes.
It would seem like the one guy's in cutscene is 16:9. There are black bars over here, but it's wide, and then the other guy's vertical slice over here looks very cool.
Yes.
You know, you're kind of convinced that Electronic Arts, EA, might be able to publish some interesting video games?
Absolutely. It looked like they were just like, hey, Joseph Fares, you're really passionate, and we liked Brothers. Go.
Yeah.
And then he went.
Can I
He
say,
went.
this
He
guy
went.
had so much passion on stage.
Yes.
Good
Beautiful,
Lord.
passionate man. Yeah.
Sold it.
Loved it.
Finally, Bloodworth, we learned that Battlefront 2 will have free DLC. The new planets and the new heroes will be coming. And you can spend real money on the in-game currency, and that's why those things are free. And so really, I want to talk maybe more broadly about that, about big games. This game is going to cost $60. Having free DLC, I mean, it worked for Titanfall,
Yep.
too.
For Overwatch.
Work with Splatoon.
Yep. Yeah, and so these...
works.
Well, Splatoon does not have in-game currency.
Well, sure.
And so I think that's a huge difference. And ARMS is also having free DLC as well. But I want to talk about this kind of game design, this kind of, hey, maybe games stay $60, but the whales lift the rest of us up by buying shortcuts. Are you cool with that kind of thing?
Well, I think it's it's a better alternative to the traditional map packs that you have for multiplayer games, because then you just end up splitting all these people up.
Yeah.
The people that don't have the map packs
Yeah.
have a hard time getting matches, because people that do have the map packs, you know, are looking to play on those maps. And then the reverse is true. And then as time goes on and those maps aren't new, then it gets even more muddy. And so I think it's just the way it really needs to go. Like, if you're going to evolve your game, then like everyone needs to be in step with you. And I think it just makes way more sense. And there were games that did it last generation. You know, I think some of the kill zones were that way as well, where everyone is still in there. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I think that, and then what Gears does this weird thing where they like rotate what maps you have.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's weird.
So like if you have the season pass, then you have access to all the maps. But if you don't, then there's like a
Gears
selection of maps.
It's like a
Why, yours?
MOBA.
I think this is pretty cool in a way that this game, Battlefront 1, came out 2 years ago. And 2 years later, they say, oh, we have a new idea. And
Yeah.
I think that's because of Titanfall 2.
Well, they also talked about releasing them as seasons and like having like a through line to all of that content, so it all kind of fits together thematically.
Yeah. But I mean, so does like Call of Duty. Like, this is our new pick. I don't know.
I mean, they still have just a bunch of random maps.
The crickets are no longer afraid of me. They're back.
They adapted to
They have adapted.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do they talk about what these microtransactions will be like. Is it better weapons and stuff like that?
Brad, I read a whole interview. It was not clear to me.
Oh God.
Uh,
That makes me
basically, in one thing it says in-game currency, and then the other it's you could speed up your progress. And so I'm very confused about what it actually does, what you're actually buying.
Okay.
It was not clearly explained in the press conference, probably for good reason.
Well,
Yeah.
because these things are ridiculously confusing. Like, Injustice 2 has all kinds of different forms of currency, and most of them are not paid for currency. You know?
I think it's intentionally confusing because
They're
they're
like, well,
yeah.
figure out when you
No,
buy it.
yeah.
Huber knows. Huber, what are the currencies for Injustice 2?
Injustice. There's the coins, and then there are like
Shards?
they're called power crystals.
Yes.
Oh, power
Power
crystals.
Power
crystals.
crystals are
Yeah.
for
Shards are in hots.
yeah,
Yeah.
for vanity items, and then the in-game currency is used to buy the chests that earn you gear.
Cool.
Then there's like
Fantastic.
two other ones though too. There's like a re-roll your gear currency, and then another guild currency. Yeah, there's 4 currencies in that game,
4?
Oh,
but only one of them is real money.
you can buy with.
3 of them are in-game, or you earn them in-game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do they
Uh,
trickle over like in Heroes of the Storm? Kinda? Never mind.
It was Dan Patrick, Brad. Okay. Microsoft's press conference.
Yeah.
Followed that one up Sunday morning.
Pretty good.
Again, that's new for Microsoft to do Sunday morning. Pretty good, says Brad, but we got to start.
Pretty good.
Again, we're newspaper editors. We got to start with the biggest headline.
If it bleeds, it leads.
And boy, does it ever. Xbox One X is the title of Project Scorpio.
Pretty dumb.
Xbox One X will release November 7th, and it will cost $500 US.
Someone pointed out to me on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I'm sure everybody knows this, but if you count X and the B of box, the initials for Xbox One X are Xbox.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
Whoa.
do that. Xbox is one word.
Yeah.
But the B is it's an intercap.
It's not intercapped.
It's intercapped.
It's actually not.
It's not?
Yeah.
Are they all caps?
They're all
Life
caps in the
corrections.
logo, but writing it out, they're not.
Live corrections.
God.
It's just
Yo,
a bad
so what
observation.
if we
Look,
close that door and open this one?
okay, I'm
Give
cool
it
with
a
that.
shot.
I'm cool with
Okay. All right.
Are they raging about the
Crickets.
crickets?
Crickets are out of
The
control.
cricket meta is strong.
that. Look, I just want to say I want to deny that observation.
I deny it.
Wow,
I
that's so
deny it
much
too.
quieter.
Look at that.
Yeah, look.
Goodbye, crickets.
We have to talk about $500 though. That is $100.
$500.
That's
absurd.
$100
That's a big
more
chunk of
dollars
change.
than the PlayStation 4 Pro.
The crickets love that side of the
But it's
building.
more powerful.
Yes, it is more powerful. Was that demonstrated at E3? Was it demonstrated that this thing is $100 more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro?
No, I would say not.
They're
For
gonna
me.
let Digital Foundry do that too.
It's especially hard
Yeah.
to decide when you're watching a stream
Yeah.
because the quality's not great.
Yeah.
Well, and also like the power to me. This is me speaking as me.
Yeah.
The power isn't the issue. It's the things I'm gonna play with all that power. And I think they did a decent job of being like, hey, we've got some exclusive stuff that you're gonna
We're
want
not
to
talking
play.
about their press conference. We're talking about the news. The news is that thing costs $500.
Right, and I'm saying
Uh-huh.
they showed $50 worth of exclusives and not $100 worth of exclusives.
We'll get to the exclusives. Yeah, but I think that's kind of the thing. I think they could have made a console that's more powerful than a PS4 Pro and sold that for $400. I almost feel like they overdid it, and in overdoing it, priced themselves out of a competitive machine. Blood, would you
Hubris.
agree with that?
I'm the crazy person that doesn't think that $500 is a big deal. I predicted $500 actually. That's
be
like
nice.
what I thought it was gonna cost.
Which
I
is
don't-
fair. That's a fair, yeah.
So-
You looked at what was in it and you said that's probably gonna be $500. Unless
Yeah,
they're
I
willing
mean,
to lose
just
a lot of money.
you know,
yeah.
just considering the time that it's come out after the Pro and how much better it's supposed to be, it's like it can't be that close in price. So, and to me, it's just one of these things. Like, there's two sides of it. Number one is like, this is a premium product that I'm not going to rush out and buy, and I don't feel like I have to buy right away. Like, this is like the future-proofing product, and so I think that also, like with that, I feel the other side of the coin is that Microsoft talked about Xbox original backwards compatibility.
Yes.
And so
For
they're-
one game. For
they're-
Crimson Skies was the one
yes,
demonstrated.
But they're working on that.
Yep.
And so I think really what Microsoft is trying to do, as they said last year with their little tagline Beyond Generations, is to get all of Xbox games playing on the same platform, no matter which version of machine you have, whether you have the S or the original Xbox One or the PC or the Xbox One X, and it will just incrementally get better. So right now, you can afford an Xbox One S, but in a couple of years, when the X comes down in price, you get that. And it's just going to be like this shifting thing, like the phone
I
cycle.
know, you
yeah.
and I disagree on this, Blood. I think Xbox One X is the last of the Xbox One line, and you say this is just the beginning.
That what you just said is very interesting to me. I actually hadn't thought of it in that way, that consoles could be like phones, where like every couple of years you just get a new one.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Or like I do, a new one's announced. Oh, I'll get the one that
The
just
old
dropped
one,
in price.
yeah.
Okay.
That's I hadn't thought of it like that. That's interesting to me.
To me, the title Xbox One X, to me, that's like, this is it. And the next console will be called...
How do you go beyond another X?
PC.
Well, no, it's the Xbox...
But that's the thing. Even if they call
Something
it something
else.
different, the way that they are engineering all of this, it's still gonna play all of the same games. So it's a matter of when do they cut off the older systems.
Right.
Right.
It's when do we say, I don't want the Xbox One X to be dragging down my Xbox 2 games?
I mean, that will be the determining factor, right? When gaming gets so nuts that the older things literally can't do it anymore, then that's time for
But
a
I
new
think
generation.
we'd have to move on to completely different.
We'd have to have like
CPU architecture or
crazy
something, yeah.
AI, yeah, like quantum computing or something. But
Whoa.
I mean, that happens with phones. That happens
I
with
was just
phones where it's
thinking
just
that.
like, oh, you
Yeah,
can't play those
you
games
can't do this
anymore. That
anymore.
just faded off.
There's
I
like,
think
too bad.
that'd probably be what they do. It is like, you need this or higher to play this.
It's crazy. It's crazy to talk about now, but I mean, that's the reality, and that's what that machine is. It's the smallest Xbox ever.
Yeah.
I want to say,
Looks kind of good, yeah.
I don't like how it looks.
Really?
I think it looks boring.
Looks like a PS2.
Well, it actually
No,
doesn't look so
PS2
much
looks
like one
sick.
in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of PS2 are you talking about? Which
It's the
PS2?
The
original
slim with the
PS2.
on the
PS2.
side.
The PS2 Slim?
No, not the slim.
No,
the
the
original.
original.
The one with the
fatty.
The
Yeah,
blue
Not the
PS2
slim,
on
I
it.
guess. Yeah.
That thing looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't
This thing
thought
looks-
it looked beautiful. I don't
it's
know
like-
what you're
If
talking
they
about.
splashed a little color on this thing, then we'd be talking. But otherwise, it's a tiny black box. It's a tiny black
It's
rectangle.
sleek. It's like a stealth bomber. It's like a jet.
There's like
You don't want to
jet-
see it when you
a
throw
jet
it at somebody.
has beautiful angles. A stealth
I
bomber
gotta say, I like them
looks
out way better
beautiful.
than the stupid shiny first
oh yeah,
model.
yeah, absolutely.
The first one looked... Compared to the first Xbox One, this thing is
We're making
glorious.
progress.
That's so weird. I disagree with you. I feel like the Xbox One S, when that debuted, we were like, wow, that looks good.
Yeah.
You
This
could
looks-
tell it. It looked
This
good.
looks
the
almost
Xbox
like
One
an
S.
Xbox One S. It's just a different color.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Man. Xbox One S has color variety.
This
Maybe
will
you can-
too.
Yeah, you can put...
No,
like,
no. I mean, it has the black and the
cases on it,
white.
probably.
Oh,
It's
okay,
you know,
okay,
it's
okay,
got.
yeah.
It's, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is all just the
Just
same
I guess that's
spray
just being
paint it.
matte charcoal or whatever.
It's definitely, and I totally
Just
agree
paint
with you,
it.
listener.
Yeah,
I
just
know you're shouting at me.
paint it.
It's not worth talking about the look of a console. It's the least
Yeah, it
important
doesn't matter.
part. It's the least
I do.
important
I have a question. Was it Damiani who was saying this the other day, that the shareholders at Microsoft, some of them are like allegedly pushing for consoles to stop?
I don't want to talk about those rumors.
Okay.
Oh, there's always
It's a
those
rumor,
people.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know if these
Yeah.
were like legitimate.
consoles.
Stop those consoles.
No, that's just Damiani fear mongering.
Ah, okay.
So, let me talk about some announcements. You know what?
What?
I'm the newspaper editor.
As you
is-
keep saying.
This is one of the most exciting game announcements of the last 7 days. It was announced a little before E3, but it wasn't announced before the last podcast. Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yes!
Ben, is it Fighters? Is it? I've heard.
We had this
We had-
discussion on the way.
we're
down.
on Camp
Long
Fighters.
discussion on the way to my
We are
pizza.
going
Yeah.
to Bandai Namco tomorrow.
Okay,
That's what we're
We're
doing.
going
That's what we're
to
doing.
doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Yes.
We're asking in person.
Yes.
Is it Fighter Z or Fighters?
It's just gonna be that guy that doesn't know. She's like, man, I'm just working right now,
So,
right?
okay,
Man, they
so-
hired me last week. I
just
don't know.
working, man. I don't know.
Just say what you want. Arc System Works is developing this game. You might know from Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue. This is a 3 versus 3 fighting game.
Off the hook over there.
It will
Chat is out of control. They're killing me.
It will be released in early 2018, and it's a Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
It looks.
It
Oh
looks
my
so
God.
good.
It
It's
looks-
2D.
Okay.
It's killing Ben to be on the bench right now.
Oh,
Can we
I
have
just
Ben
need to
just
say
come
one-
up
I
here?
just need to
Ben,
say
just
one
come
thing.
up
Okay, Ben wants to say one thing.
One thing.
One thing. Here we go.
One tiny thing. It's 5:52. The booth closes. The Microsoft booth closes in 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Everything closes in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
There are guys that are like, "Hey, we can't play Dragon Ball Z right now," and they're like, "No, sorry, we're closing. Come back tomorrow. There should be lines for everything but there shouldn't be lines for anything but Dragon Ball."
That's what the Microsoft booth people
The
said.
Microsoft guy said, "You don't have to worry about lines for anything but Dragon Ball." That's what came out of his mouth.
I know, Ben. That's what I looked at my list of all the Xbox announcements, and I have to lead with it. I have to lead with that because that game looks so good and so perfect.
It looks beautiful.
Me and Damiani just watched some people play for a little bit.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
We have the technology now to play anime.
I think there's a beta coming out this summer for that. Look out for that. Yeah, we're playing anime in the best possible way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love and care was put into this one. This is not a phoned-in video game. Okay, so maybe I should talk about some bigger scoops. Here's one: Forza 7.
Who's that?
He just
Disgust.
He keeps teasing the big scoops.
Big scoops.
Wait. We're done with Dragon Ball?
We gotta move. We got. It's a 2-hour podcast.
It's a big podcast,
Ben,
Ben.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
2 hours straight.
Look for more coverage
Yeah.
of Dragon Ball
On
Fighters.
Frame Trap.
We'll break down
There are
every-
literally 4 people going to
The
this
Dragon Ball
appointment.
Fighters Frame Trap special.
Forza 7. There's a new Forza Blood. I don't know my headline for this game. It's like another Forza's here. October 3rd it's coming. I know my headline is
They've got Porsche.
it's going to be on Xbox One X. It's going to be 4K 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
That'd be my headline, I guess. Is that fine?
Sure. I mean, the rest of it's, I suppose, nuts and bolts. I mean, they've got customizable drivers. They've got dynamic weather now. They've got, the clouds actually casting shadows across the cars and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not like sequel stuff.
You're
you know
giving,
what I mean?
you're giving the bare bones.
That's
dude.
like Madden tier. It sounds like Madden tier
Yeah, I
improvements.
mean, the Porsche thing is a recent development, and it's actually benefiting. I was wrong when we actually did our conference reactions.
Oh, right.
It's actually benefiting, like, all of the racing games. I guess the EA exclusivity finally ended, and so now Porsche is just out there for everyone.
They showed it in the crew.
Yeah,
Porsche
so
for
it's,
everyone.
but the thing is one of the things that's funny though about that reveal is they were all so excited about something the audience was not excited for.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to even like talk to them because like the guys on the team that I've talked to were just jazzed. They got to reveal a car.
Oh, I know.
In the press conference.
You mean the
Yeah.
Porsche 911 GT225?
Whoa, yeah.
You remember it, or is that
It
just
might
made
be
up
the
numbers?
445.
Ian's a
I think it's the
motorhead.
225. But whatever.
Yeah, new Forza is coming out this year. Also announced Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Nice.
Yep.
There was no even release window attached to this announcement. It looks like a sequel to Ori. Sounds like a sequel to Ori. But I still think that's worth being excited about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really talented development team, but as a team, it's kind of bonkers.
Why?
Because of their size.
Well, their size and they don't live anywhere near each other. They're like doing
Really?
international, like sending
Dude.
files back and forth.
Cool.
Oh yeah, we learned
That's
that.
neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I hope that eventually they'll. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say it's financially stable. I think that's the reason they started as they were, and that's why they started that way. But also, you live where you want to live. You don't need to fly out for
I
a
mean,
job.
like, on the technical side, Unreal and Unity, I don't know what engine they're using, but like
They were on Unity for
Unity, yeah,
first
they've got pretty robust collaborative tools built into the engines. Pretty
Collaborative
good.
tools. Next headline I would talk about is that Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3 are both 2018 games. Sea of Thieves, just plain 2018. Crackdown 3, spring of 2018.
With Terry Crews.
With Terry Crews.
Wait,
that's
Sea of
that's
Thieves
an
wasn't
announcement.
early 2018?
No,
Oh, it just said 2018.
yeah, it'll probably be fall of 2018.
My
frankly.
brain inserted early into it.
I'd like to take this moment to remind everyone that Crackdown 3 was once supposed to come out in the summer of 2016 as a multiplayer-only version.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
single-player version coming later. As of today, we've still never, since that announcement, seen the multiplayer version, which is the one where you can destroy buildings.
Which is, you said they took that out or something?
No, it turns out it was always just in the multiplayer mode, never in the
okay.
single-player
The
mode.
cloud is too powerful for single player.
Yeah. It would ruin it. So yeah, I mean it's weird. Those were pushed to 2018, but I mean whatever.
Yeah.
That happens.
Live correction.
Yeah.
Crackdown is November 7th.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
right. It was with
Yeah.
it's the launch of the
It's
X.
on the launch of the X.
Are you positive?
Very
Yes.
positive.
I
Yeah.
could probably have
No, I
it in my
remember. Now that you
notes
say
right
that,
now.
I completely remember that because we were all like, "It's coming out with the machine."
So that's really weird. I have it up top November 7th.
Now I believe Sea of Thieves early 2018.
He's checking the notes, Huber. He doesn't trust you.
No, Cheever, I trust you.
Yeah, I wrote it down when it happened.
I have it November 7th.
Did you write early 2018?
and so I think
for
something
Sea of
else is
Thieves?
spring of 2018.
Ha!
Sea of
Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves early 2018.
Okay.
In your face.
So then what is spring of 2018? What did I even write down instead of what did I replace Crackdown 3 with?
Nothing, you goof.
All right, whatever. Here's another November 7th game, Super Lucky's Tale. So what's weird about Super Lucky's Tale is that Lucky's Tale
It's an Oculus game.
is an Oculus exclusive game that came out last year. And now Super Lucky's Tale, Brad has a cape for Super Lucky's Tale, is launching on November 7th, exclusively on Windows 10 and Xbox One X.
devices.
All Xbox.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
long.
Yeah, no VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which honestly is one of the weird things about this conference because with the partnership with Oculus, with it showing up at last year's conference, with the Xbox controller being bundled when you buy a headset,
Yeah.
why isn't all of that power being used to put Oculus on the Xbox and show up PSVR?
The deal fell through.
There are
Blood.
like big rumors about that too.
I saw a headline that One X is not going to have VR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to get Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah, which to me is very clearly designed to be a VR game. I think after that November 7th release, we'll see a VR version of it. It's just crazy, Blood, because VR Ready was one of the bullet points of Project Scorpio last year. It was one of 5 bullet points.
Really?
Basically.
Oh, yeah.
They were so excited to talk about how they're making a VR Ready machine. A year later, doesn't do VR, and they don't want to talk about it. Not interested anymore. And I don't know
get
if
it.
that's a business thing. It could be a business thing. It's a
Don't get
business
it.
thing. Yeah.
Especially if they were going to go with Oculus because there's so much risk that they don't have to take.
Yeah, they don't have to produce a headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe VR is dead already. Who knows?
I don't know.
Is it dead?
PSVR seems to think it's still
Didn't look dead.
Didn't look
I
dead in
agree.
the Sony booth.
Yeah.
It's a funny comment. Okay, here's another game announcement. Life is Strange Before the Storm. This is a prequel
Yep.
to Life is Strange. It'll be 3 episodes. The first comes August 31st. Not from Don't Nod. It comes from Deck 9 Games.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that detail.
Don't Nod is working on a follow-up to the game, and so this prequel is a whole other studio. And here's another weird little twist to this. The character
Did they use the same writer or they just did the whole thing?
could not find the writer. I couldn't find
Okay.
it.
Don't
Again,
Nod's working on something else too.
you know, obviously I assembled this in a
Yeah.
slapdash manner. Maybe we could find the
vampire
writer if we
Oh, yeah.
if we tried to.
Is that it? Vampires don't know as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a weird thing. Ashley Birch was the voice of Chloe in the first game. She will not be the voice of Chloe in the prequel
Yeah.
because of the writer's strike.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? We actually, in Love and Respect, I get a lot of submissions. Well, not a lot, but every once in a while, somebody's like, "Hey, is the writer's strike still on?" And I asked Jones, like, "Is it still on?" He's like, "Yeah."
Are you talking
Nothing
about the voice
changed.
actor strike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voice
Sorry, I
actor.
said writer's strike
Yeah.
the whole
Very,
time.
very
didn't I?
different.
Yes, voice
So the
actor
way
strike.
the part of that, how that probably factors in, is that certain games, if they were under production early enough, they're grandfathered in,
Yeah.
so that they can still have voice actors. So like games like Anthem and stuff, they've been working on it long enough
Yeah.
that voice actors are allowed, that are SAG, are allowed to be in it. This came out after that grace period, so Ash is a SAG actor can't be in it.
Yeah.
And they decided to scab out and like, do it that way.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I think we're now going to start seeing the effects of that.
Yeah.
Huber. Resident Evil 2 Remake.
What is happening? He's like falling apart. I don't know what's happening.
Falling apart.
I might have to turn
Go
up.
outside.
No, do not. Chat is very funny.
Out of control.
Huber, the original voice actor of Claire will not be in Resident Evil Remake 2
I know.
again
It's-
because of the writer's strike.
It's devastating.
Yep.
Because she's in the CG movies as well,
Yep.
which are recent.
Yep.
I associate Claire with her, so it's gonna be a little jarring.
It's weird.
And that sucks that Ashley isn't gonna be Chloe as well. It's,
Yeah.
it's not good news.
It's not good news. Yo, come on, video game companies, sign those contracts.
They gotta sign those contracts.
Sign those contracts.
Sign those contracts.
Give them the respect they deserve. Metro Exodus. I should have put that one up. That's a
yeah.
pretty
Oh
big
yeah,
game.
that one looks
Yeah, that's a
awesome.
big one.
That's coming out in 2018. That's 4A game. That's a sequel to Metro.
Yeah, I didn't see
Big
it
deal.
coming.
Big deal.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize they were gonna make more.
Well, we should have assumed it because it is a successful franchise.
Hang on, is
It's
the
just-
mic on over there? Just turn the mic off. Okay, good.
Dominic was shaking a salad.
shaking
over
salad.
there.
Jimmy's losing his mind.
Shaking a salad.
Everything's falling apart.
Dude, E3 is the best.
E3's strange
E3 is
time.
the best.
E3 is
So here's the thing. Metro is a successful franchise. Obviously,
Yeah.
it would continue. It's just the kind of thing you forget about for a while.
Sure.
And here it is back. It's coming out in 2018. And it was presented.
settle down over
It
there.
was presented as an Xbox One X enhanced game, which was cool.
But here's the weird thing about that whole garbage.
That whole garbage? Excuse me.
Yeah, they
Which garbage?
Popping the Xbox One enhanced banner up
Yeah.
the whole press conference.
Yeah.
They said at the top that all the games would be enhanced.
Just in case you forgot.
Yeah, it's a buzzword. They're gonna buzz it.
Blood, I liked the sass, man. They said at the top. You're right.
E3.
Every game is Xbox One enhanced, just One X enhanced. Just in case that wasn't clear to everybody here, Ian.
Yeah.
Every game is Xbox
Every
One
game.
X enhanced.
All of them.
Yeah.
Every single
But
game.
then, later, he did say these 8 games are going to have special patches that are going to make them
Right.
take advantage. So it's like,
Yeah,
so
extra,
not every
extra.
game is
Yeah.
enhanced.
Every
So
game
what's
from
happening?
now
No,
on.
some
Right.
Maybe
games-
they'll
some
all get
games will
like
be more enhanced than
super
other games.
sampling, but
Right,
like
right. They all
Gears
get
of
the
War's
super
getting more
sampling.
polygons and
Right,
shadows.
right,
and, yeah.
right. I mean, yeah, but it's classic murky language.
Not all enhancements are equal. There's some.
Console launch
Yeah.
exclusive.
Console launch exclusive versus console
Could
exclusive.
come out 4 days before the
Yeah.
other console.
Dang, do we know
2
what is-
hours.
Do we know what's spring of 2018 yet? I feel so weird about that.
Definitely something said spring of 2018.
Oh well.
Spring?
Go to
Yeah.
the notes.
I remember early a lot. I don't remember spring.
What? I feel like
Yeah,
one of
it's
them did
very
say spring.
Unusual.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, everybody. I'm
I
sorry.
might not have
It
written
might have been
them
in a
all
different
down.
show.
Yeah, I got weird notes here. So anyway, let's talk about Minecraft. Obviously, it's always part of this press conference. Obviously, it's always never really interesting. But here's what's interesting this year is crossplay with PC, Xbox One, iOS.
Oh, it's State of Decay 2 is spring 2018.
Thank you,
There
Blood.
it is. The
Oh, that
relief
feels so
on Kyle's
good.
face.
It was like a little mole burrowing into my back, and like every time I smack my back, the mole's in a different spot, and like we just ripped out that mole. Thank you, Blood. Yeah, State of Decay 2.
Mold the animal or mold like a skin thing?
Molding animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Mr.
gross
like
visual.
Mr.
Yeah.
Rossetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an issue.
That's an issue. That's
Go
a
to
weird.
the ER.
That's a weird visual. Yeah. So okay, those 2 games are out of 2018, and the one that is making 2018, the big game that they're relying on for this fall is Crackdown 3, which I don't think is up to the task. But anyway, let's talk about Minecraft.
It's fun at least.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sold that like I'm gonna have fun with it for more than one night exactly, but it was fun to
The way
play
to-
on the show floor.
It's just the way to sell that game is to show that multiplayer mode, show the exploding buildings that we have never seen in a video game before. Show that. That is how you sell the game. And
Show Terry Crews more.
I'm bummed they didn't sell it.
Terry
And
Crews.
show Terry Crews more.
You paid for him.
Yeah.
Use him.
Show him. Utilize Terry Crews. Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, so Minecraft crossplay
Oh my
Everyone just
god.
comes in and they crack up.
with PC, Xbox One, Switch is one of those consoles. iOS, Android, and Switch.
Yeah, they showed the Switch in the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch was visible.
In Minecraft World.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's pretty crazy. And you know what? Maybe we should just talk about this now. There's just a big console left off that list. The
Sure.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not the only one. I mean, there are other versions of
Yeah.
Minecraft
Ooh, yeah.
on other consoles.
Oh yeah.
Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Then, you know, they're
Wii
out
U.
too. Wii U. Yeah. So
Pronounced
anyway,
Ryu.
but that's Sony's decision why it's not on that.
Just like, no.
Yep. And we
Did they
went.
just come out and
or
say
like-
that or?
Yep.
Or Mojang made the trailer. Oh, Sony said that they were like, don't put us in your thing? Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah, they
then
said
never
that's their
mind.
policy.
Spite.
Oh my God, Jim Ryan, Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe, had an interview where he said it's because kids play Minecraft and we can't trust like Xbox gamers to be playing with our little PlayStation kids. He's had the weirdest interview.
He said that?
Yeah.
Dude,
Whoa.
that is
Wait,
like,
so
sorry,
they're
he
worried
didn't
about
say-
like a terms
sorry.
of service language
Yeah,
kind of
he
thing?
didn't call Xbox gamers. He said the entire audience. You know what I mean? We don't know like who will be talking to the kids. It was baloney.
that is 100%
have you-
baloney.
That is a weird
on the
legal
internet?
Yeah,
question,
Ever.
but yeah.
The truth is, Sony is in a position where they think they don't need the other platforms.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And it's a weird position
Which
to be
is a
in.
bubble that may burst.
It's a bubble that might burst.
They seem to
Especially
be
after
so
this year's
against that
conference.
before on. They were like, yeah, we'll do crossplay with PC before earlier in their life.
They
Now
do,
they're like,
no. So the thing is, they do crossplay with PC. They're
Yeah.
cool with that. You can play
Come on,
Rocket League with
Sony.
your
I
PC
thought you were
friends.
for the players.
They just hate the Xbox. Is what is the truth of that.
They just hate it
They
so
hate
much.
the Xbox.
It's time
they
to
don't
bury the hatchet.
bury the hatchet.
It's all the same crap.
Is it really going to hurt you? You know
might.
what? I think those are
could.
all my headlines for the Microsoft press conference. I
Cool.
think we can move
Okay.
on from that one.
Wait,
What's up?
Sea of Thieves is great, and I'm very excited.
Yes.
Okay.
Well said.
Early 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you there.
Also, I know we're not in this portion because we're in the first half, but Mario Odyssey is October, and I'm very excited.
Yeah. You can say that.
Okay.
Because, yeah, you wouldn't get to otherwise.
I don't get to. I'm very excited about that.
Cool. Bethesda had a press conference,
Did they ever?
and that was Sunday night, 9 p.m. Had to wait for the sun to set because they had an outdoor press conference for
Right.
no apparent reason.
For no reason.
Really served as no benefit to the press conference itself.
They had a stage for no reason.
yeah.
Like, actually no reason.
Apparently, according to Jones, they had all this other stuff there for the live audience that
Okay.
the stream was not privy to.
Whatever.
It was like Sugar Ray there? Like, why?
Why
Wasn't Blink
Sugar
182
Ray?
there last year?
Because it's a good live band.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
It was a short press conference. It was less than an hour. I think it was less than 45 minutes, frankly.
Yeah.
Here's what we got here. I'll start. I guess this is probably the biggest one. Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, coming October 27th.
Whoa, biggest one?
I'm a newspaper editor. I got to be frank.
Come on, man.
I'm going with sales. I'm going with sales, baby.
I
I'm going
tried,
with hard
Huber,
numbers.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going with hard numbers.
I tried to back you up.
Did your best.
Yes. We'll get there, Huber. So Wolfenstein 2, what do we say about this game? Is it different enough? Does it feel like a sequel? Does it feel like a game that can
it definitely feels
surprise
different.
It
an
feels
audience?
like a
Yeah,
sequel to me.
Yeah, it feels very sequel.
Someone who's played
Yeah.
through the first
I
one.
mean, honestly, it's kind of both. Like, it feels different and it's a sequel.
Great.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
it definitely has those callbacks to the
What a sequel
previous
should
game.
do.
Yeah, it's what a
and-
sequel should do.
It's what a
Yeah.
sequel should be.
These are nice things to say about the
Yeah.
game.
And throws you some
I was
curveballs.
very impressed with what I saw.
What'd you see?
I saw like seems like we're going to new areas, much more populated areas instead of just worn, torn areas. I'd say like ratty prisons. It definitely got a graphical upgrade, a lot compared to the first one,
Sure, I think that's fair.
because it was on PS3 and Xbox 360 also.
Oh, whoa, Brad. I didn't
Yes.
even remember that.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And they're really hammering home the storytelling.
Yeah.
Which is like one of that game's biggest strengths. And what people like Huber, it's one thing Huber loves about that game.
Yeah. I like a well-acted cutscene, and I think
It's
we got
well
that.
acted.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. The side
And it
characters
uses
seem really
comedy
good.
good, I felt like.
Yeah. Which is interesting for a game of that nature to
Yeah.
implement
And it
comedy.
has weird
but-
cartoon drugs.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was
But
so
it
cool.
somehow
that was
worked.
that was the spider monster. That was what they
That was
ended
the
with.
Doc Brown, yeah.
and it looked really good.
Yeah.
Little tease, I played 2 today. A lot of comedy.
Ooh.
Was it good?
Good comedy.
Okay.
But you
And
hate
Huber
comedy.
hates comedy.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
When
That's
it's
saying
comedy involved, when comedy involves killing Nazis, I'm in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a specific niche comedy genre.
something. The other game announced at the Bethesda press conference, a little dinky game. The Evil Within 2.
Yeah, baby.
Coming out again this year, October 13th, 2017.
October is awesome.
October is stacked.
Awesome.
October is Vin Diesel.
I'm scared.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Pamela
Yeah.
Anderson.
October is Pamela Anderson. So sexy, dude.
Was that show on UPN?
What?
Stacked?
Wait, that's a show?
Yeah.
And it's starring
Might have
Pamela
been on
Anderson?
NBC. Yeah.
And it's on
It's
UPN.
ridiculous.
Is
I
that
don't know.
like
I don't
a-
know. It might have been Fox or who knows. But like, yeah, it was a show called Short-Lived. Ben is freaking out outside.
Oh my gosh.
The Evil Within 2 is a direct sequel to The Evil Within.
Oh man.
We're done here.
It's stylistically provocative, I would say. I would say this.
Provocative. That's
Yeah.
a headline.
Especially if you're allergic to milk.
Why would you say
it's
that,
like
Blood? What does that
wax.
mean? Blood,
But yeah, I got,
look like
I got an upset stomach looking
Blood,
at it.
I didn't see the trailer. What do you mean by that?
How
did they
like
demonstrate this game?
the key art. Yeah,
They showed Sebastian.
White goop.
covered in,
White
in,
goop,
in
yeah.
this white stuff and these like claws coming and like pulling
hands
him
going-
down into the milk. You know.
Yeah, how do you
All
make...
the frighteners.
What's a good way to make a sequel to a scary game?
Get weirder.
And did it get weirder?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it got
seemed
weird.
to.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
Good.
It got spookier.
Crazy camera monster.
That's what I like, is it didn't play up the over-the-top action elements of the Evil Within. It definitely went for the like scary, freaky stuff, is what we
Yeah.
saw in that
Psychological
trailer.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like
Mental damage.
What I like that you see a lot in game trailers, the PT concept trailer is maybe the best for this, but that video games can do well that I think translates to the end product really well is that kind of like weird perspective shifting like simulation of insanity where like things change and you're looking this way and then you look that way and it's completely different than what you just walked through, that kind of stuff. A door flies across the hallway and then there's a staircase there, stuff like that. This trailer did a lot of that kind of stuff.
I'm excited to see the sequel budget too.
Yes.
We always talk about this.
Spread your wings.
Yeah, Bethesda like believes in this now.
Not directed by Shinji Mikami. Is that confirmed?
I met the director today personally.
Okay.
He directed the DLC.
So it was a
Oh,
director.
so yes, confident.
It was the director of the DLC. Is now the director of Evil Within 2.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Kyle, also, I don't think you've seen the gameplay trailer. There's like a 2-minute long gameplay trailer.
Oh no, we haven't.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh my god.
Great.
Incredible.
So Evil Within 2 had a good showing this week. Impressed.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that comes out this year. Bethesda's good at that. They're good at it.
Yeah, they
Here's the
always do
announcement.
that, yeah.
This is when it's coming out. Pretty cool to do. There's another headline that I totally forgot about until this conversation. It's going to go in front of the other two game announcements. And it's the Bethesda creator, and I forget the last
Creation
word.
Club.
Creation
Club,
Club.
Where you make mods and people buy them.
People buy credits
To
that
buy
can be
mods.
used
You're
for
right.
mods.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can't buy those.
It's different.
Or you can't make those.
You and I can't make the thing.
Right.
You have to be like a qualified
yeah.
creator.
Yeah.
Qualified Bethesda.
You can
And
be
then,
a-
and
you
then
can be a-
Bethesda developers like they
make
say
some
they work
really-
with them, but then they're probably just like checking them.
Yes.
We make some really, really good mods that everyone likes. Then Bethesda will sell those for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the mods aren't every single mod like, oh, I can jump 10 feet high now. They're mostly the mods are, and this is why we shouldn't call them paid mods necessarily, but they totally are. It's like DLC. It's like I got a new backpack now, and I got
New
a new
weapon.
yeah, exactly. It's things like that.
Do the people creating this content get any cut of it?
I'm
Get a
sure
little
they do.
kickback. Yeah, they get a little kickback.
They better.
Gotta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, that's
gotta.
really messed up.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be terrible.
Yeah.
Is it still a little messed up? The paid mods is a thing that Bethesda tried. It blew back in their faces because it
People
was
got
not.
And then they just renamed it.
Do you think this is renaming it Blood?
I don't know what the difference is.
They added
It's
credits.
hard
If
to
they
see it
explained
another
it,
way.
maybe
Yeah.
we would know what the difference is.
No, they added credits.
They added credits. That's it, and they changed the name.
Look, nobody's buying mods. They're buying credits.
it's not
Yeah,
real
and-
money. It's credits.
It's one of those things where it's like that's not the issue, Bethesda. That's not why people were upset.
What's the big deal?
Yeah, you're not buying mods.
Okay,
You're buying
so-
things to buy mods
Okay,
with.
all right, so you'll buy some crystals with your credits, and then with
Right.
the crystals, we'll buy the mods.
Right.
Like, no. That is what they
It's
announced.
the same.
It's so hard to make that a positive announcement. I don't know why Bethesda keeps trying. There's some. I think because they think they can crack it. I think they truly believe there's something good there.
Because they have a game that has one of the biggest modding communities, probably.
Yeah,
And they're like, how can we make
And
money?
they're able to keep selling that game over and over and
Yeah.
over and over again. So they say, why not charge for this too?
I'm trying to find a way in which they're not completely selfish. I'm trying to find some spin on that. But
Maybe someone
it's
that
so
works
hard.
super hard on it, spend a lot of time, they can get some reward
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
The two upsides I can conceive of is that you can reward better creators so that eventually you get better creations, and then the other side of that is that like they can QC it better, and then the quality of mods would rise overall. But
Rise.
Dishonored: Death of the Outsider is a standalone DLC again, coming this year, September 15th, 2017.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it only downloadable for sure?
No,
It has a boxed copy, I
right,
heard.
standalone
Yeah.
is what I'm
Really?
saying.
Yeah, so
Standalone.
it's not a standalone
Excellent.
DLC. It's just a standalone game.
I'm sorry for calling it DLC. You're right.
It's an expansion?
Expansion is the word I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Tiny sequel?
Right. It's a baby
Tiny
sequel.
sequel, yeah.
Baby sequel.
Yep. That's a pretty unique announcement, I guess. I don't mind this trend. Again, Uncharted is doing this
Yeah.
Lost Legacy.
They
also
I
Yeah.
love
standalone.
this trend.
Standalone DLC is cool. Again, gotta stop calling it DLC. Standalone expansions are cool, I think.
Dishonor makes good DLC too.
Yep. With this expansion, though, I wonder, watching that trailer, I had no idea what was happening as someone who hasn't played Dishonored 2.
You won't understand it, yeah.
Is there a reason to make it standalone then? If you have no enjoyment of this, if you haven't played Dishonored 2?
I mean, I'll use the example of me with Last of Us Left Behind, which I love. I adore it. And, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the full game, you know? So I think that these kinds of things are great ways to get people
Yeah.
in if they want a bite-sized experience that's like a little different.
Yeah, it's not
I
as
think it's
expensive.
great.
Yeah.
It's genius. I love it.
I think, another really good example is Infamous First Light.
Yep.
Yeah. Love
You know,
that too.
it's-
Never played Infamous.
Again, so just a smaller version of that game with a different character and those powers, and yeah, it gives you a taste for what that is at a lower price. And if you want to get the big one,
Yeah,
then you get the big
it's
one.
there.
If
Yeah.
you
Blood
got your fill,
Dragon.
then yeah.
Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon.
Wolfenstein.
Yep.
Yeah.
The old blood.
Yeah, standalone's cool. You're right. I played the standalone for Wolfenstein, didn't play the actual game. We all did it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
See, it works.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
got 20. They didn't get 60 out of you. They got 20
Not
out of
me.
you.
I always play the other games first.
Brad's better than all of us. Yeah.
I'm with you, bro.
Get that full context.
That's right.
One final game announcement. Maybe this doesn't count as a game announcement because Doom VR was announced last year, but now we have
VFR or something
now
like
we
that?
have Doom VFR, which is its own game. It's not
Yeah.
Doom in VR.
Yeah.
It's its own special game.
It has to be.
It costs $30. You're right. It has to be.
I
didn't know that.
I kind of wish they just went for it and just try to put Doom in VR just as it is.
'Cause it
And
would destroy your mind.
And just see what happens.
Everyone would vomit.
I want to
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you couldn't do the teleportation movement in the real game. I don't think.
No, you can't.
No, and so it is like you see in a lot of VR games. You kind of select a point you want to teleport to, and then
Yeah.
you do that. And
Yeah.
it's
Which
how
I
that
think
game
is
works.
a smart move, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that could have been crazy. I want to try it.
Maybe it's worth mentioning that Fallout VR is entirely.
It's just
Yeah.
It's just Fallout VR.
Fallout
is
in VR.
like so much more relaxing compared to Doom.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the
Doom
difference.
is like max stimulation at all times.
Yeah. And Fallout's like minimum stimulation.
Yeah, you're just like that.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have VATS in the trailer for the Fallout VR. I
don't think it would
wonder if
work.
you don't
Well,
have VATS.
Did they show the aiming better? I couldn't remember.
The aiming. No,
was it-
which one was it where the aiming looked kind of squirrely? That was
Doom, for sure.
Skyrim VR.
Wait.
Oh yeah, Skyrim was
Yes.
Everything looked like you were aiming too far to the left.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
it's
did
like
they have Skyrim VR?
not here at
Posted-
Oh.
Hey
PS4.
guys, Keely has tweeted this.
Cyberpunk.
Dude, I saw a guy wearing that shirt today.
New shirt for Keely.
Cyberpunk 2077.
I don't think that's a scoop, guys. I really don't think that's a scoop.
It's a
We're
t-shirt.
trying.
Keely's
We're
shirts are
trying.
very
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
Jeff
Hot off
Keighley
the
has a
presses.
cool shirt.
Hot off the
This
presses.
just it. Jeff Keighley has a cool T-shirt.
Look, Reggie Fils-Aimé name
A
drop
lot of
Keely
people
during
drop
Treehouse.
shadow drop stuff with their shirts.
Yeah, Bridges.
That's true.
It's the new hot thing to do.
There's precedent for that. Is your mic on?
Crash
Yes.
Bandicoot.
Okay.
You're
Great.
turning
But
the
now-
mic on when you speak?
Great, Damian. Love it.
No, I'm not.
Proud of you.
Just don't shake that salad.
Only when I will do it right now. Do not tempt me.
Please don't shake it.
So, Pam,
Please
we're out of stuff to talk about from those first three press conferences. I want to do something kind of fun before you go, though.
Yeah. Did we lose Ben though?
Ben's outside.
Ben's
Okay.
outside.
We'll summon him back in.
Let's do highlights, lowlights of E3. Of E3 press conference.
Gosh.
Can we? Does it have to stay within this?
No, not at all.
I guess it would anyway.
Okay. Ian, go ahead. What you got?
I mean, Bethesda.
Is highlight.
No, low light.
Oh.
Yep.
Why is Bethesda low light? What do you mean by that?
Because they had two things that mattered.
Yeah.
And those could have made two other press conferences better. And you could have not had a press conference at all. Like put
so if you saw
put Evil
Wolfenstein in
Within 2,
Microsoft,
yeah,
and
put Evil Within 2 in Sony, put
yeah.
the same exact demo in Microsoft, it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And like you would have saved yourself a bunch of money on a stage you didn't need. Also, next year if you're gonna do it, just do it direct. You went to the stage twice. Ugh.
It means something to be on a stage.
I don't think it
means
does.
something. Yeah. There's it's status.
Yeah.
If you're up on a stage, people are looking up at you.
Yeah.
That's a feeling.
Eh.
Sometimes those feelings are worth investing in.
But like the people at home aren't.
Bethesda
so.
looks like a bigger deal. When Bethesda puts on a stage show in the night sky.
I mean, I think what you said, Blood. I think you said this that they're just keeping the precedent alive because next year when they have something, whoever said that. Well, next year when they actually have something to say, the precedent of having a press conference.
I think they had a lot to say. It was short.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Evil Within 2 is amazing.
Yeah.
And Wolfenstein 2 looks really cool. But you could have said that in other press conferences.
I have plenty of other notes for their press conference. I wouldn't say don't do it.
Yeah,
they did plenty of other stuff wrong. What's your highlight?
Beyond Good and Evil 2, baby.
Oh, okay, nice. We'll get there.
Nice.
That's a good tease. That's a good tease.
You said I could go outside of R3.
Yeah, I like that.
Ubisoft was the best press conference,
Yep.
in my opinion.
Good tease for the second half of this podcast. Brad, what's your highlight and lowlight?
I got 2 highlights. I'm breaking the rules.
Okay, 2 highlights.
Okay.
Forget about lowlights.
Number 1, Evil Within 2.
Okay.
It's back, baby.
It's back, baby.
Number 2,
Right in front of the mic.
Shadow Colossus remake. Oh. Out of nowhere. Boom. One of my favorite PS2 games.
Okay, remake.
I'm in.
Cool.
They said it is.
Yeah, they did.
Monster Hunter World also looks cool.
Low lightest for me was when I
No,
figured...
you don't get a lowlight because you did 2 highlights.
You just said okay. You didn't say I didn't get that before.
I said okay to your 2 highlights.
Yeah, and you didn't say, but you don't get
said
this.
I've got 2
I thought it was implied.
And then you said
I
no
thought it was
lowlight.
implied.
It's not, you crazy man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ultima is about to come out.
Go ahead, Brad.
When I found out Skull and Bones was just a pirate PvP with ships instead of just a full-blown pirate.
That's a good
adventure.
tease, too. That's a good tease.
I'm so amazed that bothers you that much.
Why?
We'll get
I don't
there.
know.
We'll get there. We'll dig
Why
in.
does that amaze you?
It's not a bad thing. I'm just like, I don't know, game looks cool.
We'll dig in. Daniel Bloodworth, highlight and
If it's
lowlight.
$20, would you be all right with it then?
For an hour.
If the DLC,
Yeah.
if the DLC was free, if
Yeah.
it was $60 with
No.
free DLC,
No, I wouldn't play
no.
that long. I would not play
That
that
is a
long.
$20 game.
with some minor microtransactions. Look, you can buy the currency. It's not gonna look. You can get everything for free if you waste weeks of your time.
Yeah. But you can buy shards.
for free.
For-
Daniel Bloodworth, what is your highlight and lowlight? Before we say goodnight to this beautiful audience for this rest of the podcast.
That was strangely
Well,
phrased.
my low light. I'll go a little bit even more. I'll go more specific. My low light was Bethesda Land.
yeah.
The framing device of the Bethesda press
Pacing
conference.
nightmare.
Yeah, it just they just kind of put these interstitials in here with this animation, and they zoomed in on different parts of the animation with voiceover between all of their different trailers.
And I would say not particularly good animation.
Right, it wasn't like high
They're-
production value. They didn't
Yeah.
do anything funny on the stage like Sony did. It was just this little thing that just came in between and slowed everything down.
Yeah,
It's a bummer because I like it in theory.
me too.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
could
The
do that well.
execution was
You
not
could pull
great.
that off well, I think.
You could have themed your press conference that way without cutting to it between every couple of trailers. Yeah.
Sure. What's
You
your highlight?
put it in a carnival.
What's your
Real
highlight?
life.
I'm gonna say that Super Mario Odyssey trailer. Like as a trailer, that is super fun. We're just looking at this thing, looking at this grass, and like we already saw Xenoblade. What is this?
Yeah.
A dinosaur.
Dinosaur comes
T-Rex.
out,
Just kidding.
and we're just like, what? Possessing things? Yeah.
That's a good highlight. That's a very good highlight.
Keeping that mechanic under wraps for that kind of reveal.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Can I tell you about quick car situation I had
Yeah, absolutely.
with Luke Arnold?
Did y'all hear that sound?
Oh,
No, I
Brad,
don't.
that story was gonna be so good, but I hear
Luke's gonna be upset.
it sounds like it's. Brad, you better get it out quickly. You still have time, I think.
When
Do you-
Skull and Bones was shown,
do you-
he's like, he sent me a message and goes, "This looks cool. Let's play it." Then he, 5
Quick,
minutes
Brad.
later, he goes, "Oh wait, never mind. Let's not play it."
Oh, there it is. The sound. It sounds like it's podcast halftime.
The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of June. iKeyless. Need a new car key or remote? iKeyless.com has been in the key replacement business since 2002. Check them out today and they can help save you up to 75% off of the dealership's prices. If you type in offer code EZ,
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
you'll get 15% off of your order. El Thanis. Iron Harvest, a real-time strategy game for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Currently in development at King Art Games. Join their community and help them bring the alternate reality of 1920 plus to life. Richard Smuts, who you can follow at Thraxis. Scorn, an atmospheric horror adventure developed by Ebb Software, set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information. Michael Kozachenko, who you can follow at Mishakos. Sweet Justice, a sound design company from England that focuses on audio for game cinematics and trailers. They're also heavily involved in sound design and sound implementation for games. They've worked on Battlefield, Mirror's Edge, Call of Duty, Injustice 2, and a load of indies. You can see and hear their work at www.sweetjustice.audio. El Thanis. Mango. Hogue Law Business Law Firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. Rick Hogue started Hogue Law to bring more than a decade of experience to companies like yours, and is proud to support the Allies. Check him out at www.hoaglaw.com. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
Now we're back. Looks like I got a stall for a second. So Michael Huber has joined the desk. Michael Damiani on his way over. Here's what we'll do. Remind me the goals of each seat.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, yep. Your goal is to give us a Stone Cold Steve Austin impression.
Yeah.
I can't say Ubisoft.
Yep. The person who takes Ian's seat cannot say Ubisoft, and the last person in Bloodworth's seat.
Tell Boston if you're hyped about E3, give me a hell yeah.
Yes. Chose wisely.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Is that all you got?
Hell yeah. Bloodworth, what was your goal?
They can't say Shadow Drop.
Okay, and Damiani, you may not say Shadow Drop.
Wait, time out.
No, there's no. We're live, baby. There's no time.
What was
to
my
Kyle,
thing? I didn't hear.
I'm just happy to be on this
What's my thing?
podcast.
Not the whole time.
You can check out.
So good that
You can check out my podcast.
Don't say what word?
Shadow Drop.
Shadow
I
drop.
also
Shadow
got-
drop. Shadow drop.
Oh my God. Okay.
What?
Oh, that's over.
Breaking the rules down there. You can also check out my podcast.
Let's go, Austin.
Stone Cold Podcast. Check out Stone Cold Broken Skull Ranch. It's my other show.
Well, Shadow drop whenever he damn pleases.
Steve Austin, what's your beer called?
I'm drinking some water right now.
Okay, everyone. It is now time. No, stop that. All right. It's time to talk about the Ubisoft press conference. This happened Monday morning. Is that correct? Is that how this week works?
Monday morning. More
Monday
like
afternoon. Yeah, it was Monday afternoon.
Is today? Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. Yeah, Ben, it's on. This week's been unreal, dude.
That wasn't a
We're
joke.
in July.
That really wasn't a
Yeah, I
joke.
hate to tell you we're in July.
You know what?
Stormblood.
I'm newspaper editor.
I
Again,
believe you.
we knew this was coming for weeks.
Sorry.
We knew this was coming for
Yes.
weeks. But it's still an announcement. It's still a game announcement. It's something that was announced at E3. It's Assassin's Creed Origins, which we knew.
They can never keep a secret.
Yeah, we knew the protagonist. We knew it was going to be in Egypt. We knew basically everything we could expect from this game. And then I think what was revealed at E3 was basically everything we could have expected.
Giant snake.
You're right. I did not
We
expect
did
a
not
giant
know
snake.
about
I did not
snake,
expect
baby.
a
That
giant
was-
snake.
Giant
They
snake?
kept that under wraps.
Did Ubisoft present an evolution in Assassin's Creed? Did they present a reason for taking the game off for a year?
Right out of the gate, no. I think all of those minor details need to be played to be. You need to feel that, you know. And what they showed, I didn't feel it.
Assassin's Creed Origins feels like a good yearly installment.
Yeah.
Ben, that's how I felt when that game was demonstrated. It's like, oh, this looks like it was a sequel from another game that was last year.
And I don't think those expectations would be in place if they had not said, we're going to take a year off. We're going to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just, I mean, it's hard because Huber is like this aura that makes me question my own opinions on Assassin's Creed. But It looked like more of the same in a really disappointing way.
I think I get to play it tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Look forward to impressions.
yeah.
But I feel like news-wise, it kind of flopped. It's just kind of.
Well, remember too, they did they didn't help themselves when they cut to the side panel on the monitor, the off camera. Like you can expect to see more Assassin's Creed after the show, and it was like. That didn't help it.
It's worth mentioning it was debuted in the Microsoft press conference where we did get some gameplay, but the first gameplay we saw during Ubisoft's press conference was off screen. It was a camera shooting a television screen that was blown out. The strangest decision.
I have a question for you, Kyle.
Yep.
I feel like with Call of Duty, with a certain large portion of the video game audience, that's a series that has been going on for so long that certain people are so sick of that I think no matter what they do, not no matter what they do, almost no matter what they do, you're going to have people that don't like it because it exists. Do you think Assassin's Creed is suffering that fate at all?
No. I think it's bringing it upon itself.
Okay.
I think Assassin's Creed.
I agree with you.
I think Assassin's Creed had the potential to really impress people this year, and it didn't do anything to do that.
Here's how I look at it, though. Call of Duty, standalone entries. Assassin's Creed, the next episode in the season of the TV show I'm watching. Gotta watch that episode. I've seen all these episodes.
It's some
gotta watch that
TV
one.
show with no plan.
Is that rationalization though?
It's some TV show.
But I enjoy
with
the show that I'm watching, and I
right.
enjoy this. I enjoy every entry of Assassin's Creed that I play.
The release date for that is October 27th. I don't expect that to stand. I don't think that's coming out October 27th.
Whoa.
Yep.
When we were at Mod Pizza, we were talking about Assassin's Creed and the ones that I have not played, and you told me that you could just completely skip
the only one that
Assassin's
you can,
Creed Unity because it has no narrative consequence. If you told me I could skip an entire season of a television show, I would question that entire television show.
No.
That's
you can skip some Twin Peaks.
Yeah, there's some filler.
No, you can skip some, but an entire season?
Okay, Unity is an episode.
But an entire...
It's a filler episode.
Filler arc.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Tell me about The Crew 2. That was announced this year. What The Crew 2?
Yeah.
I love The Crew. It's a game. So I remember correctly, it's a game where I'm like racing with my crew friends across the country.
There's some brother drama in it.
Yeah. So is this like a sequel to that? Or like, does the story continue?
I didn't play the Crew one.
Wait, I think in this one you play as the other brother. It's his perspective.
No.
Okay.
You have no idea what happened to the Crew people. You can't play as the other brother.
You're totally confusing Days Gone with the Crew.
Damiani, The Crew 2 is a game in which you can race planes, boats.
I know what you can race, but I don't know anything about the story.
No.
Wait, can you...
The audience doesn't know, though, so let's explain it to
So
them.
explain the plot. I don't know the plot.
Oh, the plot...
I just told you the
Damiani, the
plot.
entire plot is you're some guy who's the best motorsport driver, pilot, anything with a motor.
King of all motorsports.
He's the king. He's the best at every single thing you could possibly race in.
Is there anybody that sits down with a copy of The Crew 2 and goes, I play for the plot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben, there are going to be people who are so into being the king of motorsports. Do you know what I mean? That's the game they sold. That's the game that was sold to us is we want you to feel powerful. We want you to feel good. And some people buy into that, baby.
But don't they buy into it when the message isn't completely obvious? You can only say king so many times before you go, well, now it's lame.
It reminds me of those ads that were like, "Play with me, my lord."
Right.
Like Everdale or something. Yeah. It reminds me of that. It's just like, you can be the king of everything. And like, oh, I want to play. Click, click, click.
Kyle, I feel like you can be on top of this. I didn't say the word yet, right?
You did not.
Okay.
You're doing great.
All right, thank you.
Shall I drop?
Stop that. You're disrespecting Bloodworth when you do that.
Bossman.
Yeah.
I assume you did it on purpose.
Is your mic on?
Yes. There's a lot of concern that you skipped the PC conference entirely.
Yeah.
Do you just want to say something?
Whoa!
There were some really good games shown.
BM.
Not games shown. This isn't a press conference recap. This is news recap. And what we have is a remaster of Age of Empires.
Yeah.
You know I don't do remasters.
What about Tunic?
Tunic looked great.
Tunic was already announced. It was already a game.
Yeah, but the
Different
name
title.
changed.
Title.
That's news. The title of this game changed to Tunic.
It's called, what is it called? Something Legend?
We also skipped Devolver, which is a news item that was bonkers.
That's not a news item. To me, that's not a news item. Yeah, I don't know. There was a PC gaming show. It was very well produced. It was very informational. There was a lot of good things to see of games that were previously announced. as news-making items, I wouldn't put them in the podcast regularly, and especially in a podcast where I have 2 hours and we're going to go over. I don't know what you want from me there.
Kyle,
the remaster is a big deal. That's a huge deal that game got a remaster. Age of Empires. Cool.
Also, Ooblets looks super cute.
Ooblets previously announced. Go ahead, man.
no, you've done an amazing job of
You're
keeping
doing
this train
great.
rolling.
I derailed it over there. I apologize.
Yeah, that should not have happened.
Yeah.
That's why we don't do it live.
I
Raises a good point.
That
the
was
XCOM
disrespectful.
2, the XCOM 2 expansion, big deal.
It's not standalone, sure, but yeah, there's an Xbox XCOM 2 expansion. There's 3 bad guys you're gonna fight many times. They evolve as you fight them.
All right, Kyle. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like really? Like that's news? Here we go. XCOM 2 expansion.
We're talking about 3 other
XCOM
expansions.
2 is like goatee material.
What other expansions did we talk about? The standalone one and what else?
All the dumb DLC BS for Battlefront.
Okay. No. Skull and Bones was announced, and we did talk about. We teased it a little bit with Brad. Skull and Bones was introduced as an offshoot of a previous game that we've developed here at Ubisoft, and we're excited. We get the CG trailer, and we see pirates on a pirate ship, and they're having a battle. And my first impulse is, oh, they made it. They made Assassin's Creed 3.
4.
They made
the ships were first in 3.
Yeah, but 4 is the
then
pirate game.
4,
They
yes.
made Assassin's Creed 4,
Yes.
but I don't have to worry about being an assassin and going in the Animus and having this obvious good and evil sides of the Brotherhood and all that. Like, it was like, oh, all that baggage is gone. It's just a cool pirate game.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, as the demonstration unfurled, we learned that this is strictly a multiplayer pirate game, where it's just a bunch of pirate ships shooting at each other.
Sea of Thieves,
So-
is that all multiplayer as well?
Okay, so yep.
Just for comparison's sake.
Yeah, good point.
People can compare these two games.
This is a multiplayer game in which you don't leave your boat. You, in fact, are basically a boat.
Yeah.
You control a boat.
We all got
A ship.
excited, if you remember, about the boarding part. And we're like,
Yes.
okay, finally,
Yes.
we're seeing the hand-to-hand combat. And it was just that one action where we're like,
It's a cutscene. You watch a little
We were like,
cutscene
uh-oh,
of your people boarding the other
it's
pirate
just
ship.
ship battles.
The most fun thing to do as a pirate.
Do you think a lot of that is attributed to the line, this is spun off from one of our most well-known series?
Yeah, I
Like,
wanna-
do you think if they didn't have that line, this would have gone over?
It was rumored as well. It was rumored they were doing a
Sure.
pirate game just based
But
off
let's say you
Assassin's
don't know
Creed 4.
about that rumor.
Yeah. Then I wouldn't have those expectations.
Okay.
I really had a lot of expectations of what that pirate game would be like, and didn't meet those.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah,
Peter?
I just want to bring that up that, the naval battles in Black Flag were so well received. And then, they continued that with Rogue. And then when they got rid of them, there was a vocal audience saying, we want naval battles, like, we want ships, we love that combat, we love it, we love it, we love it. So I think this is seriously a direct answer to those cries for that, and I think it's a cool game. I think it's first and foremost for them.
Yeah.
And it's also trying to appeal to new players as
It is.
well.
It is interesting to me, though, that we live in a time where we were excited about Skull and Bones because we said to ourselves, "This is a game where we have adventure. This is a game that will maybe be a more serious Sea of Thieves."
Yeah.
And then, just the idea of multiplayer says to us subconsciously, "Oh, that doesn't exist anymore." That's interesting, right?
Yeah, actually, in Love and Respect, there was an interesting comparison drawn to For Honor, which was when it was introduced, multiplayer only. We didn't
Right.
even know about that story, and then a year later, we got this cool story mode and everything. It's potentially there.
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't think they've ruled out the possibility of multiplayer yet.
They're testing the waters, no pun intended. Seriously.
Single player.
I'm sorry, what, Blood?
Multiplayer or single player?
You know what I mean. You know absolutely what I mean. Right now, it is a multiplayer only game. We don't know if there will be single player. And so that's where that game stands. Interesting announcements. It's just, it wasn't completely what we wanted. That's 2018.
I think it'll come. I
The
think
Crew
it'll come
2,
now.
by the way, this year, I think. I don't have the release date for that, but I think that's coming out this year.
I think the general consensus was, where's the...
Sorry?
Skull and Bones?
The Crew 2.
Oh. Skull and Bones is fall 2018.
Great.
I think the cry was for a single player with Skull and Bones. I think it'll come now. I think they're going to see, people...
You think so?
Yeah, I really do.
But when it comes now, does that mean it is, hey, this is a primarily multiplayer game and here's a throwaway single player? Right?
I mean, For Honor's campaign was really cool, and that's a primary multiplayer game.
definitely.
So I think something just just to say, hey, we have a campaign. Like we were
On that
listening, we
level.
heard you.
Yeah, there's something to do in
Yeah.
this game if you don't want to play multiplayer.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, before you move on, can I ask seriously?
Yeah.
Would the price of this game affect?
Yes.
Because I'm actually very surprised how against this game everyone seems.
Yes.
No, I don't think against. That's the weird thing about it.
I'm not against.
It's just not what you wanted.
Right.
It's just not what you wanted.
That's a different thing.
Yeah. You had a whole expectation. You had a whole dream of being a cool pirate, and it does not fully allow you to do that.
It's hard. It's hard for me to call it a pirate game. Mm-hmm. It's a naval battle game.
And to me, like, we've got Sea of Thieves, so that's fine.
Yeah. So here's
all
a big
about
game.
language.
I should have led with this, but it's the least solid game. It's the you can't grab onto this game. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was announced at this press conference. Damiani. Beyond Good and Evil 2, we've been hearing about this game for a long time.
Yeah,
haven't we?
rumors have been going on forever about this game.
So how'd they finally reveal it? How'd they finally reveal Beyond Good and Evil 2?
A very incredible CG cinematic that felt like I was watching a movie,
Whoa.
but it was really well done. Like
Whoa.
It was funny. I like the dialogue. I like the character. The
Oh,
character
like
types in
Jade
there.
from the first game?
Wait, what?
Jade from
No.
the first game. Oh,
This
who is in this?
Apparently, it's a prequel, and Jade is not in it.
Whoa.
So it's before Jade's time.
So who's in this?
I'm forgetting the pig's name now.
Paige.
Paige. Are you sure?
P.E.J., my favorite character from the first game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Sorry.
Is he in this?
It opens with that. A scene with him. Like,
No,
he's
no,
like-
it's
No,
not.
it's
No,
not.
the,
It's not.
the characters you love from
Yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil
Are
are not
not
in this
there.
trailer.
So
That's
it's
what
not
I'm trying
him?
to say.
It's
No.
a different one now.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like Yang Zhu or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got totally.
That's what I
confused at
dig
that
about
point.
this time here. Yeah.
And the other character, the gorilla guy, that's not
Knox.
an old, like, that's not from
No.
anything.
No.
Wow.
No. Completely
so every
original
single
characters.
character in this was
Yeah.
not associated with the original.
Yeah.
Okay, I
that
thought there were
freaky?
some ties in there.
Nah.
Yes, don't believe everything you read on Twitter.
Oh,
so.
Twitter. Twitter blew it
But
again.
besides my non-expertise in the lore.
Well, you know
of
what's
Beyond
fair
Good and
is we
Evil,
saw Talking Pig, and that's how we knew for sure it was Beyond Good and Evil.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So that was a good scene.
Yeah.
Like the trick. He's
What
like,
happened? What was
they're
the
doing
scene?
an exchange.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't know what.
There's a
reviewer
talking
said.
chimp and a talking pig.
These two anamorphic characters just talking to each other.
Yeah.
Doing this shady deal.
A shady deal.
Guy's
yeah.
enjoying his food with his crew behind him. The big guy.
Yeah.
The gorilla guy is just like, all right, I got it. It was like Temple of Doom.
It really was.
I've got like it was
really
the
was.
exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the little idol or whatever.
A little golden
and,
idol.
And he goes, the diamonds. He tries
Yeah.
to give him the coin. Like, the diamonds, Lau. The deal
Lauche.
is for the diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But if I recall correctly, there was something a little fishy about this, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So he has this idol. He's so happy. And he starts to inspect it. But like you notice the gorilla was like, before he's able to touch it, he goes, I gotta get out of here. I got a
Yeah.
date.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
you've got a date. Ha ha ha. That's funny. And then like he buys time. And
What are you
then-
pointing at me for?
You said fishy.
Oh, I did it again.
Yeah!
Oh, gosh darn it. Oh,
But it was
that's
such a
21
cool-
now.
It was such a
Blackjack.
great exchange. It was a
Blackjack,
fake.
baby.
Bought him time to escape. Does this incredible thing with this like claw shot thing. Just goes through the roof.
Yes.
Gets onto
Action.
this space.
So action now. First we had the laughs.
then
Now we
they're
have the
making the
action.
escape scene. The
Yes.
police are coming after
Yes.
them. Great dialogue and stuff.
Police
like,
in police cars?
no flying
Yes.
like vehicles.
Flying airships.
And it's like great futuristic. Like,
Yes.
I don't want to say it's like quite like a Fifth Element, but like
It's
just-
alike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I loved everything I saw about
Yes.
that. I loved that world. And then they finally evade the police. They-
Tonal shift.
They just somber, just kind of like journey through these different like scenic
Yes.
like places that were great. They come back and rendezvous with some like ship. They're like, oh, we got this thing. Now we know where we're going. And that's
Not just
what?
nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I skipped some stuff, didn't I?
No, it's fine.
No.
I like doing a breakdown of the trailer. Obviously, we
I
would do that
forget
for
the
every trailer we
exchanges that
saw.
happened on there. The character that had like jade eyes or green eyes, who's not Jade, stood up like when they saw some like little pillar thing show up, like we're going. And in the scene where they go in like through the clouds into the atmosphere
With a huge
and they
futuristic
warp away,
pirate
and
ship.
it's like, are we going to other planets or is space travel? Like,
Yeah.
what is this game? Like,
Yeah.
there are so many different concepts in that game presented through
Yeah.
the CG stuff. It's just like, where are we? Like, all of them were amazing, but at the same time, like, nothing was shown off gameplay wise. Although everyone says
What I
there
appreciate,
was a
though,
split second of it.
And that's what I appreciate. You know,
That split second.
That split second, like they couldn't do that with Metroid. That's not a slam against Metroid, of course, but like Metroid was just like, hey, we're making it. We acknowledge you. 10 out of 10. Love that. But this was like, hey, we have something. Like,
It was more than a split second. It was showing the chimp character flying around a building, but it all looked bad. It looked like, oh, this game is rough right now.
And they said they want to get feedback from people because
they opened a beta,
it's
right?
like, yeah, it felt like it was the early access phase of a game. It's
Yeah,
like,
not even a beta. It's an alpha at best,
It's like,
right?
yeah, we want your feedback so we know what direction to take the game. So it's very early, but it's clear they're greenlighting. They're greenlighting it. They would not put the money into that awesome CG trailer if they didn't believe that like this can become a real thing. And the emotion on everybody involved when they were finally able to talk about it.
Tears in his
Michel
eyes.
Ancel,
Tears in his eyes.
who I think made the first one, he's back.
You can tell it's like they were like so thankful that like, yes, we will not let you down.
Yeah.
It was all positive vibes from that.
Positive vibes, but very little to latch onto, and probably very little for the next 2 to 3 years. So, here's one that you can really latch onto.
Oh, great.
A game that to me looked generic when it was first revealed. It looked like a space game. You fly some spaceships in space. Big whoop. I've done that a lot. I've explored space in video games. And then, the camera cuts to hands holding a Switch controller, and attached to that Switch controller is a little toy spaceship. And this is a game in which, with that little toy spaceship attached to your controller, they also showed it with an Xbox One, also showed it with a PS4 controller. You can rearrange parts of this little plastic spaceship, and that correlates to things that are happening inside of the game's spaceship.
The reason I'm most excited for this game is Brandon Jones.
Yep.
I want to see Brandon Jones make a show about finding the meta in this game.
He's not about the meta, though. He's about the aesthetics. He's about making the coolest looking spaceship.
Is nice.
That's coming in 2018. It's called Starlink Battle for Atlas, and that's a Toys to Life game from Ubisoft. We thought Toys for Life were dead.
Yeah.
They're going heavy on this one. Ben, what's your comment on this?
Do you know what I love about this game?
No.
Is because the people that were making it, this never happened to them. Nobody who was unassociated with the project came in and said, why is it so big? Why are you making...
I didn't explain that. So, Ben, how big is the spaceship? I didn't even explain that. How big is it?
You see this game, and then you're like, oh, it's a Toys to Life game. And then you look at the image, and it's an entire spaceship eating the controller. And what I love about it is no one came in and says, what are you doing? That's not cool. That's not sleek. That's not an efficient use of space. That never happened. They never had that moment to doubt themselves. They're just sitting here thinking about how awesome their fat spaceships are. That's what's cool about this game.
Someone walked into the room, and somebody's like hunched over working on it. I was like, what are you working on? He's like, no, come on, man, not yet. It's not ready yet. It's like, show me. Exposes it, and the other person just says, dude.
Yes, that's it. That's what this is. Exactly.
That's it.
Can I play with it?
Yeah. Dude, let me make one. Yeah.
Can we put another gun on? Yes.
Yeah, video games.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can be great. Transference VR game. I didn't write down too much for this one because there's not too much to say. Not coming out this year. Seems like a scaled back VR effort as a whole from Ubisoft. Not a lot of VR announcements.
I hope this game comes out, Kyle.
Yep.
There's always those games that are announced at E3, Unsolved Misty 3s. Check it out, old Game Trailers video. It's a good plug. There's always
humor. You're on the ball.
There's always those games that come out and are just never mentioned again. Something about this one kind of concerns me, like it could just never happen. So I really hope.
Elijah Wood's studio was attached to this. It's just,
busy.
He's a busy man. And it's basically about transferring your mind into somebody else's mind's memories, and the memories can't hurt you, but obviously they can, is what was implied.
What if it's like a 2-player thing where I like put my nightmares in it, and then you play it and experience my nightmares?
What are your nightmares?
Games not coming out.
It's just Shenmue 3 and you keep walking and you never reach it.
He wakes up in a cold sweat.
Hubert, I would take your dreams. I think that would be a powerful thing to do in a friendship, is like take the burden of your friend's nightmares.
Okay.
Yeah.
Game's not coming out. I don't know.
Next was the Sony press conference. Sunday night. What's up?
Oh, we're only talking about news. I'm sorry, we're not talking about every game.
Yeah, why? What do you
Never
want?
mind.
Did I miss a
He wants
juicy
to talk about
headline?
South
Wait,
Park.
Just wanted to give a shout out to South
You
Park.
want to talk about South
I'll give a
Park.
shout
Shout out
out
to South Park.
Wait, you're doing
Now
Ubisoft,
the
right?
comedy.
We're done. What's
I
up?
just did it.
A date?
Did you
Is
not
that news?
mention? I think it's newsworthy that Mario plus Rabbids actually looks
Yeah,
good.
did we not talk about
I
that?
totally forgot that was an actual announcement.
Oh my
Right.
gosh,
Right.
Kyle, you had one job.
Up until then, we knew it
Right.
existed. We had seen
It was a
everything
leak.
from this project.
Dude, nice
A good
job,
leak.
Ian.
We talked
But-
about so much, it's okay.
You didn't scream
Officially
at me this
announced
time.
Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, a Switch game, a crossover between the universes of Mario and those of the Raving Rabbids. And this is a strategy game.
Cal, do you like rabbits?
Love Rabbids.
Okay.
We've covered this.
Okay, I almost forget.
What's your favorite
Because
rabbit
sometimes I
game?
don't know if you're kidding or you're serious. Like, so I was wondering if you didn't like rabbits because I know how like into this game you are. So.
Yeah.
Because
Love
I don't really
rabbits.
know anything about rabbits, but yeah.
Here,
this
all you need
game
to know
looks
is,
awesome.
Wah! That's it. Like that's
Rabbids,
all you need to know about
minions,
Rabbids.
Similar.
That's the depth of their lore.
Right there, are you in or out?
I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
exactly. You know if you're in or out at that point. And I think what was surprising about this E3, about the presentation of Mario plus Rabbids, people don't like the Rabbids. I acknowledge that. They're not well liked by those in our generation, I suppose. They sold games because kids like Rabbids. They had a Nickelodeon show at one point.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And again, they still never spoke
gotta-
on that show.
Mm.
Just, okay. That
How much of that show did you watch?
0 episodes.
0 or
Yeah.
like 0.5?
I saw an episode.
Oh.
We have a scoop. Is the mic on?
it's
Is
pretty
the
bad.
mic on?
Pretty bad, dude.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was exactly that. Them just like solving stuff without saying anything.
Is there no narrative to the show?
I don't remember them speaking at all. Just being like, and like another one going, or something like that. That's about it.
That was a really good Rabbids impression.
That was some good
Brad.
Rabbids stuff. I see a Rabbids fan. Anyway, yeah, I think the headline is
Salad Mike.
nobody hated it. Nobody hated that game. That game looked impressive. It was one of the most impressive Switch games of E3.
It destroyed every
Ben, I think you were one of the most skeptical about this game.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're not saying, oh, it looks good for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're just saying genuinely, wow, I can't wait for this awesome looking video game.
Yeah.
So rarely does that happen.
Can't wait to play this.
Yeah, once that layer of skepticism in place, you don't get to see this kind of joy come out of it so often, and it's a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
It's why we're alive.
Just to interject myself,
Please.
being a pretty skeptical person
Yeah.
about a lot of games, I went from so hard out,
Yeah.
like the hardest out I've ever been, to like real in like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
It might be one of
impressive.
the rare 9 purchases of the Easy Allies.
Yeah, oh, for
No,
sure.
it was so fun when
It's
it,
the new
Allies,
Bloodborne.
9 out of 9.
It's the new Bloodborne.
it was so fun when it first came on, and it was like silence
Yeah.
in the room for a few seconds, and then Kyle's just like, "This looks good." Whoa!
Yeah, it looks good. Next, we got to talk about Sony. Sony, again, had a press conference much like last year. It was theatrical in a very different manner. No orchestra this year. Instead, theater tricks. Filthy theater tricks. Let's talk about their headlines, though. Who cares? That was stupid. They had people hanging upside down. Because at one point in the Days Gone demo, there were people hanging upside down. And somebody watched that Days Gone trailer thinking, oh, this is good. Taking notes. What can I do weird in the theater? Oh, I'll take this one part. Hung human beings upside down. Just for the show of it.
It was more strange because they never went back to that gimmick.
Yeah.
Like, I expected more people to come out, more performers to kind of perform to the games being
Right.
shown, but it was like
Never again.
one dude hanging
I
down
think that's
and
it.
never
I think
again.
that's it. That's the whole thing. Is
Yeah.
if they had come out after that and had like a silent Days Gone stage performance,
Yeah.
I'd been like, you really went there.
Yes.
Okay. And this just
According to Jones, there was a lot more that like you just couldn't see.
But there weren't people.
yeah.
No. There were no more people. For the rest of the
True,
conference,
yeah.
Sean Layden was the only person on the stage from that point forward, which was early in the press conference. Yeah, weird. Needlessly weird. But let's talk about the big headlines, the big announcements. Here's one. There's a game called Monster Hunter World.
yes.
coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC in early 2018. What's Monster Hunter World, Ben?
Monster Hunter World is... They've come out and said that this is the next main entry in the Monster Hunter series, and they're taking it in a different direction. It looks different. It feels different. You have a grappling hook. You're going around the world. And as I was watching that trailer, this is what I want to convey about Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
As I was watching this trailer, I was just like, yes, yes, yes. This is what I want. This is taking something that I love and twisting it in a new and interesting direction. But then you have the Capcom effect. And the Capcom effect is, this looks cool, but I don't trust it.
Why not?
What?
Because of all right. It's hard to do this on a podcast. I feel like no matter what I say, it's going to sound too far in whatever direction I want. But I love Capcom. Mm-hmm. Capcom has made some of my favorite franchises of all time.
Street Fighter.
Devil May Cry.
Mega Man.
Street Fighter. Mega Man. Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. They have also messed up almost all of these at some point or another. For me, I'm not speaking for the world.
Yeah.
I'm saying for me.
Yeah.
Resident Evil's messed up for a second.
Where these things that you love mean so much to you.
Yeah.
And you put your heart out there and you say, I want it to be good, and then it gets crushed. This has happened to me with different Capcom franchises.
Devil May Cry 2.
And you read that rumor and you worry that its objective is more important than the game, than the vision. You worry that let's make this appeal to people matters more than no, we had a really good idea.
Yeah. And not only that, just Sony wanted a deal. Sony wanted the next Monster Hunter to be on their console. Sorry, portables. We got this franchise now. Is basically the rumor of why this game exists.
But there is a thread of optimism here.
Okay.
That isn't usually present.
Okay.
Is intermittent details have come out where people are saying, no, we get it. This is a real Monster Hunter game. The team behind Monster Hunter 4 is behind this. That was a very good Monster Hunter game. All 14 weapons are in it, which I did not expect at all. I thought if they were going to streamline it, they were going to remove some weapons. And
Ben,
so,
what does all 14 weapons mean to somebody who did, like... This is the only franchise you could say all 14 weapons
right,
are
and
in.
have that matter in a meaningful way.
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
So Monster Hunter, you are your weapon. Your weapon is not just...
It's like your class, basically?
Right. It's not just... It's not something you just do and then go out and it happens, right? When you pick a weapon, it's like, okay, I'm committing to understanding this. I'm committing to spending time with this. I'm committed to learning intricacies. Like, weapons are in some ways the identity of Monster Hunter. And to people who watched that trailer, they were like, okay, I'm only seeing the greatsword. Is there, and then like that rapid fire bow gun. Is there more there? Is the hunting horn there? I saw somebody say, I'm using a hunting horn since, 4 games ago.
And I love the hunting horn.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's what Monster Hunter is. Like, that, you might hear it if you don't play these games, you don't understand, but to that person, not having the hunting horn in there is a slight. Like, them saying, no, all of the weapons are in here. This is a real deal Monster Hunter game. Getting out there and believing it. Like, it's hard. It sucks being on this podcast at this particular day because a couple days from now I'm going and I'm seeing Monster Hunter World. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we're talking about what was presented. What's in the headlines?
I'm going to give you some more optimism. Another take.
Right.
A hot take.
Give us a hot take, on Monster Hunter World.
So Ben, I love you.
Okay.
I love you.
I wish I could just always please you because you're so passionate about video games.
You do.
There's so many video games though that you come to me. You're like, Hubert, you would love this, and I'm like, man, I'm still like trying to watch this episode of Gotham, or like I'm trying to go through Persona or something. Like, Ben, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
And like, you've always come to me. You've always been like, dude, Hubert, Monster Hunter. And I'm like, yeah, like handhelds. I'm not like super into them. I'm still trying to beat all these other games. This game will be my entry into Monster Hunter, and I think a lot of other people as well too.
Absolutely.
So that's got to count for something.
It does count for something.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, I want more people to understand the magic of this series, and when that happens, you want it to be done right.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I think a large part of it is you talk about streamlining things, but what makes Monster Hunter so much fun is like the reason I want to play with you is I want to go into that fight and you to not have a sense of what you're doing, because that's really, to me, when Monster Hunter is at its absolute best. When you're facing down this giant beast and you're not exactly sure what to do. And I think that lack of instruction creates a very real sense of panic. And once you remove yourself from it a little bit, you realize, oh, panic is fun. I don't feel enough panic in video games. I am not... It's okay to not know. It's okay to be unsure. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be intimidated, right? Like,
it's okay to not be the best pilot in the
Right,
world.
right.
You don't have to have it all, man.
yeah, and that like
Team
that's,
Motorsports.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is there's so much about Monster Hunter that I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm a complete scrub when it comes to Monster Hunter, and I still love it because I think the very best video games can make you feel good even when you're at your absolute worst.
Boom.
Wow.
Count me in, Ben. I'll be on the front
Please, I
lines.
need you.
I'll be there with a battle axe.
Okay.
Here's the
Switch axe.
Switch
Yeah.
axe.
Quick
Yeah.
update. Chat also loves Ben.
Yes. Yes.
Do they want to please him?
Yes.
Okay, great.
No, I need Huber. I need Huber there. I need...
You talking about like approaching the monsters in a different way. You know, every single monster, whatever it is, I'm just charging in.
I've dreamt
with
this.
the
I've had a
axe.
dream about this. I had a dream.
Okay, tell us about this
Okay,
dream. Tell us
we were
about
playing
this.
Monster Hunter Generations on the 3D. We were playing Monster Hunter Generations on the 3DS, and I was so excited because you said, "Hey Ben, I don't have anything to do today. I'm gonna join you on a Monster Hunter stream." And we get there and we're talking, and you're like, "Oh, cool. These are the food buffs and stuff." And we're going in. We're like, "Okay, this is the monster that we're hunting here." I don't remember what specific monster we were hunting, but we're going, and I'm trying to like explain it. And you're like, and you yell. This is what you yell. I've mounted it. And I didn't even realize that you would engage the beast.
I've mounted it.
it.
Can you mount the beast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So the dream wasn't completely unrealistic.
No, there's a lot of the details. There's a lot of details missing from that, but yeah.
Okay, I like how much time we spent on that. Let's just not bother talking about
sorry.
Shadow of the Colossus remastered. Like, why? Remake. Damiani, why should we care about a remake of Shadow of the
It's
Colossus?
cool if you're not excited about it, Kyle. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty excited about it.
What's the studio working on this?
Oh, Blue Point?
Yeah? Yes.
They are being rewarded for their efforts.
Because Blue Point is best in the biz.
Best in the biz.
At remasters.
They have
Sony
paid
was like-
their dues.
They've paid their
Sony
dues.
was like,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
just released The Last Guardian. People are high on this series again, these games. Shadow of the Colossus is pretty much universally agreed to be the best one of the three of Ueda's games.
Okay.
In
It's
like
the one that's constantly cited
Yeah, right.
as art in video games.
Yeah.
We
Roger
did
Ebert.
we did an HD collection a few years ago, but that's not enough.
It wasn't enough.
This game deserves more.
Yeah.
Deserves to get the treatment of a masterpiece.
A masterpiece.
A masterpiece.
Roger Ebert one day said that video games can never be art, and years later he saw Shadow of the Colossus,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I'm ashamed of my words and deeds."
I don't think that's how that went.
Direct quote.
That's true. That's a true story.
Direct quote.
True story.
Paraphrasing there just a little bit.
Look it up. Look it up. There's no correction necessary.
and
That
Blue
was
Point just
exactly what he
like,
said.
oh my
Kojima
gosh.
was quoting him.
We are going to get to make Shadow of the Colossus pretty much from the ground up. New models, new
Yeah.
textures. So, we are so highly anticipating this because of how good of a game it was and will be. They won't even let you hear any of the music but a few notes. Like, you don't
Oh,
even,
no, I think it went there
You
by
don't
the
even
end.
know what we're doing with the music of this game. It's going to be so amazing.
I don't know. Now I feel like you're really stretching that. We heard.
And they still have not said. No, it was like a different. It was
peppered it
different.
in.
It was it's the same song, but it was played a
right.
different way. It
Yeah.
was like a nice subtle hint of, yo, changes are coming in
It
this
was a
game.
peppering.
Remake,
Yeah.
not a remaster,
Yeah.
baby.
Remake.
So a remake of Shadow of the
In
Colossus.
2018.
Yeah.
Which means they have a lot of time to put in those cut colossi.
Will this?
Those
Yeah. So
extra
Damiani's got a
things.
theory.
So the only thing
Kyle-
is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, keep going.
Real quick, the only fear that some really like dedicated fans who love Shadow of the Colossus to death is that adding more Colossi might ruin the pacing of the game. They think the pacing is so perfect in the game, they don't know how adding in new content will do to that.
Yes.
Like it's like maybe it's just touching the visuals, cool. Adding in new content, that might be crossing the line for this game because Ueda did what he did, but at the same time, people were like he had to cut them because of the restrictions and time constraints. He had a bigger vision for that game, so. The thing is Ueda have any say on this?
Yep, and I would love to hear about that.
You know what I'd love? It's like we're talking about movies. You do deleted scenes. And like separate
like
in
an
the
extra
options,
mode?
you go in the
Beat the
options,
game,
sure.
and it
Deleted
unlocks?
scenes.
Best of both worlds.
And it's,
Absolutely.
And they add like a new area. It's like, you
Yeah.
beat the original game. Now go check out
this other extra stuff they got cut.
Hubers hires directly. This game.
I do want to say I think they've taken some liberties with the visuals. I think
yeah,
I think the
have
first game had a visual style that is not present in this.
What?
I think that it's got its own take on the way this game should look, and so it's interesting.
I don't know. To me, it looked like it was the game with, if it was made now with the current game engines on PS4, but with the same vision, it would look like that. Everything about it
looks different from the last Guardian.
Kyle, I get what you're saying because Resident Evil 2 to me looks perfect, even though it's PS1. It's still muddy and stuff like. No matter how it looks, it's gonna look different.
Wait.
Yeah.
No, this is yes. How do you, Huber? I'm gonna say something that's going to upset you. I think.
no.
How do you do Resident Evil 2 remake in a way that doesn't upset you? Because
don't know.
Because I remember
He doesn't know.
Metal
I
Gear
don't
Solid 1 is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah,
it is
and
the game
Twin
that means the
Snakes.
most to me in the world.
Yeah.
And it's hard because when I remove myself from it, I think there are good things in Twin Snakes. I don't think Twin Snakes is a bad video game in the most literal sense.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
I know.
I hate it.
Yeah, because Metal Gear Solid 1 looks perfect.
But it's not just that. It's not just about
the
looks.
visuals,
It's not just
yeah.
about how it looks. It's about how it
feel.
feels. It's when you
Yeah.
change those cutscenes and you're like, oh, we could add some Matrix
That's-
shit. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more the concern I
No!
have with Shadow of the Colossus. If they added anything.
It's gonna feel different.
Yeah,
Better
like
be
visually,
respectful.
but yeah, like you're talking about the visual update, like
But do you know what the difference is? Do you know why Resident Evil Remake is one of the greatest video games of all time? Not just remakes.
Shinji Mikami.
Because it felt like a game that was like, no, we took another pass at this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the exact same
The
thing.
essence,
but
the
vision-
soul.
Yeah.
The
And
soul
so
is
Damiani,
there.
I don't know if I'm positive the soul's in the game, but we'll see. We'll see. There's more to see. It was a pretty short trailer.
those Colossi.
I want to talk about some announcements that came before the press conference. We were kind of talking about
yeah.
these. And this one I think is actually kind of cool. But I'll talk about this concept first of PlayLink. So this is a new thing that Sony has going on for it. It's basically the way that the Jackbox Party Pack games work, where anybody in the room can use their cell phones as a controller.
I'm so bummed.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we saw several games announced within this PlayLink umbrella, but the one I think is the biggest deal is called Hidden Agenda, which is from Supermassive, who made Until Dawn. And so this is basically a successor to Until Dawn, a game Hidden Agenda, and everybody in the room can help make choices, and sometimes it has to be unanimous. I like that. I like that you can make your votes. I like that different people can choose different things. For Until Dawn, what that game was, the multiple paths, people can die and the story continues, this horror game. This seems more like a thriller. The idea of everybody in the room using their cell phones. We know they got a panel tomorrow. Okay, another hot take, another hot tip.
Hey.
Jeff Keighley and Hideo Kojima took a photograph together. Jeff Keighley tweeted it.
At least Cyberpunk.
Keely tweets are news, Kyle, all right?
Okay, every Keighley tweet is a news.
Yeah, it's all calculated.
All right. Yeah, I mean they got a panel tomorrow. If that's news to you, if that tweet was news to you, chat, look forward to that panel tomorrow where there'll actually be news.
There was no news in that.
Kyle's upset.
That is a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Got him.
Also, I'll have you know that when you type the word Keely into Google, the next word is news.
Whoa.
Keely news is a
That's
thing.
just like
Keely news is a thing.
Keighley news.
Keely news.
What else is there, Kyle?
Oh, well, anyway, I think Hidden Agenda's worth talking about. I think that's the game to sell this, and it's actually really, like, Until Dawn was a big deal. And the sequel, it's not a sequel, obviously, successor to it has been announced, and it doesn't feel like it was announced, a weird announcement to stuff before the press conference behind this technology. I think it could be a big deal. I think it could be very fun. I don't know if that was demonstrated, and I
The
hope
Impatient also is.
VR.
Yeah, then.
Kyle, this is a
it's connected.
tangent, and I realize that we have gone on a little bit too long with certain
Yeah.
things, and I apologize.
Yeah.
But there's something about Until Dawn that's frustrating to me, and I think Until Dawn is a pretty great video game, and I don't think the clamor for a new one is there in the same way because of the genre that it is.
Sure.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Beyond that, we have Knowledge is Power, which is some trivia game you play with your phones. Frantics, bluff, battle, negotiate, and cooperate your way to victory. Didn't even know how to summarize that. SingStar Celebration, you're using your phones as your microphone. And That's You, which is some kind of selfie game.
And Skyrim.
No, we're talking about the cell phone games. We're talking about PlayLink.
That's you. I missed that one.
So you want to talk about VR games?
Skyrim will be on the phone soon enough.
Yeah, you're right.
It's gonna be on the phone.
So they also made some VR announcements, which again, I'm going to blow through these. We don't need to. Skyrim.
But no, Impatient is really relevant because it is a prequel to Until Dawn.
Okay,
So
cool.
the next
They're like
iOS
blowing this
update,
universe up.
That's confirmed?
U2 style.
Men in
That's
the Dead.
cool, dude.
Yes.
Wait,
That's
Nice.
cool.
It's in the
What do you mean?
50s.
Yeah. In the next
1950s.
in the next iOS update, U2
Yeah.
style. When you update iOS, Skyrim will be on your phone.
Yeah.
Please.
Every single phone.
No.
We really just wanted to share this, that we're doing this for you.
No.
It's in the palm of your hand.
It's in the palm of your hand. Skyrim. Booster
So
right now.
Impatient, this says to me that the Until Dawn universe
means
is
something.
becoming a thing.
Yeah. So Impatient is a VR game developed by Supermassive.
Yeah.
They're also developing Bravo Team. So that's 3 new game announcements
Oh,
from
yeah, that
Supermassive.
multiplayer shooter,
2 of them VR. Also on VR, Starchild from Gamefront, the GameStop owned studio. Final Fantasy 15, Monsters of the Deep. That sounds cool, right? Final Fantasy 15, Monsters of the Deep.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
like,
the
am I gonna go
title.
fight Krakens and
Yeah, oh, that's gotta
Yeah.
be cool. What is
Expansion?
in
Yeah.
VR? That sounds so
Yeah.
cool. It is strictly a fishing game. Strictly, which is it's so silly and fun. I actually really like
What
the
if you
idea
can
of the Final
like
Fantasy
fish
15
up a
fishing game.
giant like sea
what
monster though?
It's not happening though.
I hope you accidentally fish
it's
up
really
like
not
one
that.
of your buds. Like, oh,
That's
Gladio's on the
Yeah, it's
line.
like Prompto comes out.
Wait, what's the is it Leviathan, the water one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the line.
What if you fish up Leviathan? Would you guys
Yes.
go
No,
for it?
that'd be hilarious. I was gonna bring up something else, but it would be a spoiler. So
Yeah, no spoilers. Don't you do that. You know,
There's something else out of
you know I'm
there.
gonna play that game. And then as Huber stated, Skyrim in its entirety is going to be a PSVR game.
So the lines at E3 for this, like 90 plus minutes.
For Skyrim?
People itching
Yeah. Wow.
to hop back in.
Yeah, best RPG of all time. Why
That's-
wouldn't they? Why
That's
would
amazing.
they? Can you imagine playing the best RPG of all time in VR?
It's
Chrono
like
Trigger?
a dream.
When I think of that, when I think of playing the best RPG of all time in VR, that's incredible. So that's why I try to think of this being a big deal
I
to
mean,
some
doing
people.
cross slash
you know?
would be pretty cool in VR. So
What is that? Cross slash. What is that?
have you ever played a game called Chrono Trigger?
Oh, okay. It's like one of your special moves.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
That's
I don't know if you're
doing a great
trolling
job.
or
Yeah.
you're getting me mad.
He's always
Or are
trolling.
you being serious? I don't know.
So that's it for
I don't
Sony.
want to take the bait.
I think normally we have some big bombs to drop after an E3. We're talking about a Sony press conference. Not too many big bombs. That was it.
The whole presser was a bomb.
Those are the
Oh.
headlines. Yeah, there we go. So now let's talk about Nintendo, who had some big bombs. What's my headline as editorial director? You know what it is?
What?
I'm the editorial director of a newspaper. In my fantasy.
Samus Returns.
Yes. Thank you, Hubert.
Which was not in the actual spotlights.
That's just okay. We're just talking about the headlines.
Samus Returns. 'Cause then you can
Metroid?
say-
Pokemon? Mario.
That's my headline.
Yeah, question mark, period.
Double Metroid.
So,
You got
yeah.
Double Metroid.
So here's what happened. If you didn't hear any of this, sometimes, you are hearing this for the first time. 2 new Metroid games were announced. Metroid Return of Samus is a remake. That one's a pretty straight up remake of Metroid 2 Return of Samus, a Game Boy game.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to see when I brought it up when we saw the unveiling.
Yeah.
But I went back and checked the reactions that people had, and over time, how the opinion changed about Samus Returns.
So please let me give you a little more details before we go into
go
this. It's a 3DS game. It's for the 3DS. Mercury Steam is a developer who previously developed the
Mirror of
Castlevania
Mirror of Fate.
There's three more words before Mirrors of Fate.
Lords of Shadow?
Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Quick question.
Mirrors of Fate. Thank you.
Quick question. Did that eventually come to console?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So
HD
this
port?
this Metroid could be on Switch. That's my theory. Later on, like a couple years down the line.
Oh, I like that theory.
Well, I will say Mercury Steam really loves the Switch.
Yeah.
We talked about Nintendo a lot while I was there.
Little Bloodworth scoop.
Little scoop.
Headline: Mercury Steam loves the Switch. What do you have, Ian?
A lot of concern that you, skipped over Undertale, which I understand you would
Coming
do,
to
but
PlayStation 4
Spider-Man.
Vita.
What's the headline?
I don't know. They're just very concerned that you didn't mention Spider-Man.
Spider-Man gameplay.
What's
Just
the news?
say Spider-Man.
Okay, so here's the thing, everybody. I said this at the top. You may have just joined in. We're just strictly talking about the news, the things that are different this week from last week. Spider-Man, I don't think is different this week from last week.
We saw gameplay.
Yeah. We saw gameplay.
That's
Some
the
Miles.
headline.
Yeah. But we
Miles
saw gameplay of a
Morales.
lot of things.
Some Miles.
Spidey swings
Yeah.
in action.
Yeah. Miles Morales is in the game, so potentially 2 Spider-Mans, just like the comic books.
Co-op.
Yep. Okay, so Metroid Prime 4 was the second Metroid game announced.
First one.
Yeah, but
Oh,
not
sorry.
in the podcast,
I get it. I'm sorry. I ruined it for you.
No, it's
I
okay.
apologize.
No, it's been ruined.
It's been.
I've got a nugget
So-
for you when you manage to get to
You
it.
got him.
All right, so Metroid Prime 4.
Hold on. When we managed to get to it, Blood's got a nugget.
I'm just letting you recover from
Okay.
your last. Yeah.
All right.
But
Blood, fire the nugget away, but not until it's time. Damiani, continue. Metroid Prime 4
Metroid
has
Prime
been
4,
announced.
guys.
Yeah.
We saw a title, and then what?
No developer?
Developer
It's in development now.
in development now.
So it's got to be retro, right? It's got to be retro.
Yeah, right, retro, right?
They made all the other the Metroid Prime games.
Yeah, like what else would you? Who else would do this?
You know who else would do this?
Who would do it, Kyle?
A talented new development team. However, don't completely be discouraged
I'm excited.
because producer Kensuke Tanabe,
Who is a legend?
who is a legend of Metroid Prime games, he's been a
Not just
producer.
Metroid Prime. He is a legend at Nintendo.
Really,
Guy knows what he's doing.
really.
Totally knows what he's doing. You know what? Want to know one of his games?
I only know the Metroid Prime ones. What
He did,
else?
This is not a joke, but like he was responsible for bringing like, a lot of those second-party publishers into Nintendo, like the Western developers, starting with the GameCube days.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who helped foster those relationships. Before that, he worked on like Zelda series. Like he worked alongside Koizumi to help make Link's Awakening what it is. Like you really love the Kyle. The guy has
That's kind of why there's the light and dark. in
Is this the
Echoes.
nugget?
No, the
You're not ready for the nugget. You're not ready for the nugget, Kyle.
But the guy knows how to manage projects, and he knows.
Sure.
I trust he knows talent.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's overseeing this project gives me a lot of faith about the team that's being put together for it. I just cannot wait to see something about this game. Though now it's like, oh my gosh, like need to see something about this. But
Yeah, you need more than a title, and it'll be a while.
I all you need is a title.
So
I
you're
absolutely
just happy
love
to
this.
feel heard,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's what the announcement I think was. Of just the
Acknowledgement.
title Metroid Prime 4. I think
Yes.
that was acknowledgement.
Yeah, because we take it for granted that it's Nintendo. One day we will get a Metroid. I feel like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a year ago, this was not a certainty. It never was. You know, you can't just assume we're gonna get a Metroid game.
No,
because
I
it's
assumed
Nintendo.
Prime was dead. I assumed Metroid Prime
It's like,
was
are we
dead.
ever gonna get a Metroid? And then now it's like, yes, you're getting Metroid Prime 4. We hear you. We see you.
We are at a point where it is only a question of faith.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
And we are seeing both ends.
People too easily forget, man. You make a good point there, Huber. Like even before the last few years, the giant gap between getting Prime and everything before it was like huge. Like people, it skipped the entirety of Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
And people are like, we might never get them. They couldn't figure
Yeah.
out. Every other series figured
May
out how to
never
be on
come.
64 and 3D.
Yeah.
They can't figure it out.
They
Well,
couldn't
we're
figure
never
it
getting Metroid again.
No.
You know, it's done.
When they announced Metroid Federation Force, I would argue we wanted Metroid just as much then as we do now. We survived and we're here.
We're here.
Federation
Yeah.
Force.
I played a bunch of Federation Force.
I'd be like, oh, was it actually good?
I like where it starts. It eventually becomes this game that's annoying to play if you're not playing multiplayer.
Okay.
It becomes intentionally annoying. to you if you're not like it's like got missions that are like you need 3 people, come on, and it's like I'm just one man.
When you booted up that game and when you
Yeah.
hit start and when you started that experience, were you able to completely separate the response to Federation Force to your playthrough of it?
Yeah, because it's kind of cool. You're in first person and you're exploring. You're like blowing up walls and finding secrets.
I think that takes a special kind of person.
I'm a special kind of person. Where's the nugget?
Okay, I think you've already seen this, but I pulled up the actual fact sheet, and it says Metroid Prime 4 working title. So we have a name that's not actually the name.
Yeah. I don't think we should expect it to be.
It's in development for Nintendo Switch. A new game in the critically acclaimed Metroid Prime series is currently in development for the Nintendo Switch system. Metroid Prime 4 working title returns to the first-person adventure roots of the original Metroid Prime game and introduces a new storyline that ties together the events of the Metroid Prime universe and takes the storyline in new directions, according to series producer Kensuke Tanabe. Tanabe is leading the project together with a talented new development team, and they are hard at work bringing the action, isolation, and exploration of the Metroid Prime universe
Isolation.
to life on Nintendo Switch.
All that.
Now this
sounds
is where it gets
good.
funny.
Okay,
Features. Metroid Prime 4 working title returns to the first-person adventure roots of the. It's like they just
that
repeat the
whole
same
thing.
thing,
They
but
did-
with
they
2
had-
bullet points.
Great.
And then down in the like box where like everything basically just says TBD, rating, pending, etc. It does say developer Nintendo.
Great.
So the team is within Nintendo one way or the other.
I love it. And I think it's that kind of thing where Nintendo needs to trust their new talent, their young talent. And so that's exciting. Blood, that was a good nugget. I wish Chat's nuggets were as good as yours.
Wow.
Chat sees Kojima and Keeley together and like he's got to see this.
Keeley news.
Blood has nuggets.
Blood's got nuggets.
Chat has rocks.
You got nothing.
Golden nuggets.
Let me talk about Kirby and Yoshi. Well, why both at the same time? Let's talk about Kirby first, I guess. Kirby is a 2018 game. Kirby, again, that's not the final title. It'll eventually be something more. It's the twist. Basically, Kirby does this a lot. Like, hey, we're repeating all of these assets, but we have a little twist on this one. And so they're the assets from the 3DS games, from Triple Deluxe, carried into this game. It obviously looks better. It's obviously lit better, but, it's the same models. This one has co-op. It's got 4-player co-op, and you can do 4-player co-op tricks and things.
Yes.
Okay, we got a yes.
Triple Deluxe.
I think we constantly forget how good Kirby is. It is. I don't almost know any other series where it happens this much. Where a game like Triple Deluxe comes out, we all play it, we all have a great time, we're smiling ear to ear as we're playing through Triple Deluxe.
Yeah.
And then we finish it and we get distracted by some new thing that's a little bit bigger,
Some
and a
shiny
little bit
new toy.
flashier.
Some hot tail.
And we forget the apple cider warmth of Kirby. Okay? And then we see a new Kirby and we're like, that's cute, I guess I'll play it.
Robo Bobot.
Right.
then
And
we
it's
play it.
Kirby is a game that we only understand in the moment and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
upsetting. Kirby is really good.
Ben, I love the franchise.
Yes.
I played through that entire Robobot game. I dug it big time. Still dig it. That's a good game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's Triple Deluxe.
It's like you say it and you think to yourself, is it really that good? And then you go, no, yes it is.
Yes. I think with Kirby, with this Switch game, again, it could be something greater though. It's a game that I'm gonna play through. I'm gonna like big time. I know I can't convince Damiani to like it.
I don't know about that, but I was just gonna add to the comment on all this. Like, I think the last time Kirby turned heads
Yeah.
for like wow factor was Epic
NES.
Yarn.
It was on the NES.
No,
the
it's
last
Kirby,
time.
Epic
Okay,
Yarn
you're
with
right.
the
Epic
visual.
Yarn. That had some wow factor.
That was
You're
like
right.
something no one had seen something like
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah.
And everyone's like
On the NES, come on.
Yeah, Kyle's like a purist over
Superstar.
here.
No,
Kirby
Superstar is a
purist.
wow factor.
What are you doing?
Superstar's got
Kyle
some wow
went too
factor,
far
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
He went too far back.
I went too far back.
He had a momentary lapse there.
20 years ago.
5 years ago, Game Boy. No,
That's fair though, Damiani. I
Yeah,
don't
Epic
think this.
Yarn.
I
Everyone's
don't
like,
think.
whoa, look at that. That's so good that like Yoshi copied it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're just gonna use that for Yoshi. It was so good.
Yeah.
Like, that was the last time I was. Oh no, come
We got a
on.
new update. Kojima is hanging out with Sucker Punch, so that's a scoop. Ladies and gentlemen, Hideo Kojima is hanging out with developers from Sucker Punch. This could mean anything. Panel, how do we respond to this?
Sucker Punch, what are they working on?
What are they working on?
Kojima knows.
Hey, can we take a look at the food they were eating or the beers on their thing? That
Yeah,
might
yeah,
be
let's enhance
might
that.
be a clue. There might be some
What is
clues.
Sucker
What are
Punch?
those drinks?
I
All
think
right.
this is the most concerning
I
thing.
think you could fit Death Stranding's letters on those glasses right
So-
there.
Well, wait a minute. They
This Kojima doesn't waste movements or imagery.
So what we saw
Every moment
to
in his life
listeners,
is thought
to
out.
listeners,
Everything
scripted.
is calculated.
their
He writes it
thumbs
every
and
night.
pinkies were extended, and maybe you hang loose
hang
for
loose.
demonstration.
What does it
So some
mean?
kind of like hanging. It's a game about hanging.
And here's the other
No,
thing.
You need to build up
He knows
stamina.
he left us hanging. Wait till tomorrow for the next
for bridges.
trailer.
And here's the thing: we saw the chimp with the robot arm make the exact same gesture with his pinky and thumb.
What if Kojima, did he work on that trailer, you think?
He may have worked
What
on the
if
trailer. It
everything-
could mean
Building
anything.
bridges
We're going there, we're
from
stuck.
It could mean
Beyond
anything.
Good and Evil to Sucker Punch. Building the bridge.
Kyle,
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
potential actual nugget. I have very little knowledge of Kirby, but a few people have mentioned that combinable powers are back. Is that something cool?
Yeah, that's the co-op element.
cool? Okay.
It's a gimmick. It's not something cool. It's not the wow factor that Damiani was talking about.
alright.
Because it's a new thing. But Damiani's saying the last time a Kirby game wowed people was Epic Yarn. I think that's a fair comment, and I don't think this game will wow people. I think this game. But also, the Switch has this weird factor of introducing these things. A lot of people didn't play those 3DS games. A lot of people will play this Kirby game and think that this is all new and it might wow people.
Kyle, combine.
Some of the games
Yours
I
is
love
cool,
the most
man.
have no
It might not wow people,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
was just
cool.
gonna say that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kirby Epic Yarn wowed me with visuals, but I still enjoyed Triple Deluxe
Yeah.
far more.
Yeah, Triple
than-
Deluxe is a sick game.
Yeah.
We need both.
Wow factor
We
can
need
be
to merge
overstated.
both.
Yeah.
Let's talk about another game with some wow factor, Yoshi.
Oh yeah.
This is another 2018 Switch game.
I feel like we need Jones.
Yeah, I feel like we're
need
not allowed
Jones
to.
Doesn't feel right without Jones.
We can't
I
talk
will
about
at
it
this
in this
point out,
garage. I think it's
Yeah.
banned.
At least they not bore us with. Sorry, that's a little extreme. At least they didn't draw it out by having the long developer. Remember when they did the
I
Yoshi,
liked that.
when they had like the whole thing about knitting and
I
stuff.
loved it.
But it was in the middle of their E3 thing. They spent
Yep.
like 10 minutes, like 5-6 minutes on them talking about like knitting and yarning, and it's like. And it had
This
their
Yoshi
inspiration
game-
for Yoshi
I wanna
yarn. I was like,
play-
no.
I want to
Game
play this game
development.
co-op with you, Damiani, in like a hot summer day while drinking pina coladas.
Whoa.
Like this is a chill out game.
So specific.
Pina coladas?
Pina
Do
coladas,
you like
just
pina
relaxing Yoshi. Like
Question. When do you take a sip?
after the first stage,
Not until the first stage is
when
complete.
you finish the first stage,
Like Damiani reaches for it.
And if you missed a secret, you gotta go back.
you gotta go back.
So I should explain more about this. It is yarn.
Yeah.
Yoshi's made of yarn again. And the backdrop isn't necessarily in that fabric aesthetic. It's actually out of the cardboard thing, homemade materials. And actually, in the deep background, you could see at one point like an elementary school room and other interesting real-world elements. So in a weird way, Yoshi's become this little miniature, kind of bouncing around the world. That contextualizing, I love. I'm actually really cool.
it was the
I'm actually
chillest
excited about that.
game I saw all E3.
Sure.
During Jones's rant, there was a conversation I had with myself.
Okay.
Where he said it looks so similar, and I was like, yes, he's right. But for me, for me personally, I don't think that yarn stuff is completely played out. I still think when I see Yarn Yoshi running through that world, when I see him throwing an egg at a cardboard house, it's not something I could point to from a bunch of other companies and go like, oh, okay, they're doing that now. I still think there's some intrinsic value in that idea.
Yeah. I hear,
That's all
and
I
I
wanted
think
to say.
I think this might be the best execution of that yet. This game, when
I'm
comes out in
okay with
2018.
this
I don't know why
Yoshi
Jones
game.
hates this game.
he hates it. Well, it's because there's an absence of other games that Jones would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to
Yeah.
play more. Let's talk about. Oh, do we have to talk about that? We do. That's an announcement. I'm the editor. I gotta put a headline about this.
Fit it in.
Fit it in. So, the
I know what
Pokemon
you're
Company
talking
president Tsunekazu Ishihara confirmed that Game Freak has begun development on a Nintendo Switch exclusive core RPG Pokemon game. The next Pokemon game in the main series will be a Switch exclusive.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. I mean, but
waiting
obviously
for
there must
this.
be more, Kyle. You know, what was the logo?
Oh, let me check. It seems like there's no logo. There's got to be a title,
Nintendo
though,
must
right?
have forgot
It's
to
got to be a
upload
title,
it.
right? Yeah, let me
there's
look
gotta
at
be
the
a
title.
at least, man.
Oh, okay.
Check the press.
So-
Blood's got a nugget.
There's
at
no,
least,
there's no
right?
title.
Let me
But,
see, actually.
there's no title, but
I couldn't keep it. They blew it there.
we probably got like some starters, right? Probably they showed some Pokemon or something, right? Let me
Yeah.
see. Let me see if they. Oh no, they didn't show any Pokemon. Huh?
So wait, no logo.
No.
No title. No images. What did they show?
Absolutely nothing, Damiani.
Fine.
Absolutely nothing.
This is
not,
fine.
There is not a nugget. There's not a fact.
Nugget denied. We are getting no nuggets.
Yeah, no, no,
They
no,
ran
no,
out of
no, no,
nuggets,
no, no,
boys.
For me, Kyle.
Yeah.
I obviously am not as committed and ingrained into Pokemon as you.
Yeah.
But I have been waiting a very, very, very long time for them to put a proper Pokemon game on a home console. And again, just saying that
Yeah.
was enough for me.
It makes
Make
you
me
feel
ex-
better about your Switch.
Yes.
Make me exist.
Yeah.
And-
Because you know what?
I feel acknowledged, Nintendo.
Why I think that's fair, Hubert, is last week they showed maybe more support for the 3DS than the Switch with their franchise, with Pokemon, and they wanted to say, we are moving to Switch. You can feel good about buying a Switch.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the reason I'm not offended is because like Pokemon Sun and Moon just came out. You know,
Yeah.
we're still fresh on that. If we hadn't seen a Pokemon game in years, and then they came out and they're like, "Hey, we're making one on Switch. We have nothing to show."
Yeah.
Then it would be frustrating.
yeah.
But like Sun and Moon just came out.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I think another reason why this isn't bothering me so much, and I feel even a little flimsy about this, is if this were the N64 days and we were starving for games, or there are other Nintendo consoles that you can point to where you're starving for games. Like, look at the first year of the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, if I get to eat all of this goodness right now, and you're telling me someday
Ben,
there will be a
please
Pokemon
release your game in 2019.
Let me
Like,
enhance that first year of the Switch, because we got a couple of release
Yeah,
dates.
give me the hard facts to this spiel.
So on October 27th, 2017, we, human beings of planet Earth, will be able to play Super Mario Odyssey.
Rip
it up. Rip it up.
Nice.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a release date. It had a great trailer, but really the release date is in the news. It's coming in October. The Switch looks good this year. That's not all, though.
It's not all.
That's not the end of the year.
We got more.
Holiday 2017.
Ooh, what could it
Against all odds, we will also see the release of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
One more time?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Just once more.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
There's still time to delay.
Damiani.
That actor strike.
That actor strike.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't-
feeling the pain.
Does SAG after
Hearing
does that
it.
does that apply to England? Can you like go escape it over there? Who knows? Yeah, I mean maybe it was in production before the strike happened. It probably was actually. This was probably production a while because it's actually coming out this year.
2017.
Yeah, yeah. What a surprise!
what a year.
Yeah, obviously release dates aren't normally news, but just to say, I think the Switch is having a really great first year. I think that reinforces that point.
You're going to be able to say this sentence. This is a real sentence that you're going to be able to say. It's not a joke. It's not a dream. You're going to be able to say, well, I 100%ed Super Mario Odyssey. I guess I'll boot up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 now. I guess I'll pull that off the shelf. I guess it's time.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to that day.
Got all those moons. Time to switch, I guess.
That's it. That's all the headlines I got for the Nintendo press conference, and that ends our E3 news wrap up. Wow.
Well done, Kyle.
That meaning has one more.
One
You got-
small thing on a Nintendo thing.
What?
I want to say like the way Huber reacted is how the shareholders reacted to that Pokemon announcement.
How'd they react?
Oh, they liked it. They liked it. They didn't care about any. They're like, we don't really care about the details of the game except for one. You're putting it on the Switch. The applause from the shareholders and the stock just went cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. They got paid.
They got paid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Pokemon bring it home.
it's a strong thing to tell your investors is this
yeah.
successful product that is selling out. We're putting a Pokemon game on that.
That money they bring
Look
in.
forward to 2018, baby. Keep investing.
Yeah. It's a Pokemon, man.
Yeah.
Just make sure to put Pokemon on the Switch. Got the, you get all those handheld.
Get on the desk.
Get all those handheld entries. We got to move on to the Switch. It's the future.
As our recap is complete, it is now time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
We are far beyond 2 hours. I think I'm just picking one.
Uno.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uno.
No, you got to go 2.
Okay, I want to do this one, and then there's a second one that I'm genuinely curious about. The problem is there were 2 that are really beefy, good comments. I'm gonna have to maybe save them for next week.
Oh, it's E3, man.
come on.
You got it. You can do it.
Special edition, Kyle.
No, I'm being a good moderator. We'll do it this way.
All right. I like
okay.
it. I respect it.
You're a professional.
Here we go. This comes to us from Cliff Boyd. What do you think we will... when do you think we will see a price drop for the PS4 Pro? Michael Pachter predicted one would be announced at E3, but no dice. The trade-in at GameStop for a PS4 is $200 credit right now. If there had been even a $50 price drop from the current $399 price, I probably would have pulled the trigger. Now I guess I'll keep waiting. Ooh, I missed a new bit of news. There was a $50 price drop of the Xbox One S during the Xbox press conference.
For 1 week.
Quick prediction. There will be an Uncharted, Lost Legacy, and a Thief's End bundle. When that game comes out, there will be a PlayStation 4 Pro bundle.
All right, like this prediction.
$400, but you get Uncharted 4 and the Lost Legacy with a price drop announced at PSX.
In December.
Proper price drop in December.
That's a bad time for a price drop,
I don't
dude.
know if they
December?
need to drop the
All right,
price,
November.
period.
Yeah.
Before the holidays.
Before the holidays, yeah.
Before the holidays.
I'm sorry, you don't think they need one?
Why did it... What, for PS4 Pro?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
They announced Xbox X's price. They don't need to do anything.
So yeah, I think it is worth saying that I think this week is like their Summer of Fun sale. That the regular PS4 is on sale. It has that same price cut that the Xbox One S has today. Just for a week, a weird one sale week, you get that gold PS4. What a strange thing. A bunch of games are on sale. It might be a coincidence it coincides with E3, but I doubt it. I don't know what their strategy with that was.
All the kids like the gold weapon skins. Make sure your PlayStation's gold.
That's actually Huber. Look at this improviser over here. Huber's going to become the goof of the group, I think.
Blame chat.
The humorist. Huber is going to become the humorist of Easy Allies. So I do think that's worth saying. But yeah, I do, as Damiani said, wonder if PS4 Pro needs a price cut with a $100 advantage over its nearest competitor.
I don't see why they need to do anything. They just need to watch the sales after X comes out.
Salt in the wound has been an effective Sony strategy this generation.
Sure. So you could still see it coming.
You could still see it coming, and here's why I think you could still see it coming. I don't think many people truly decide. I think they toy with the idea right now at E3, but I don't think most people seriously put down an order for that console until a few weeks until it comes out.
Yep. And until those games come out, until October and November.
Right. You make that cut as fresh as possible.
Fresh cut.
And so, yeah, I actually, Ben, I agree with you. I think we will see a price cut this fall. I think, Damiani, you're right. They don't need it. But as Ben said...
Will it be temporary or permanent?
Yeah, I bet it's one of those temporary that becomes permanent. Same with this PS4 like little weird bonus that they have right now. You're right. They're market leader, but they can just... It's not about winning the market. It's about selling as much of your product as you can.
It's about making it not even a consideration.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Huber, we don't talk about sales too much. Do you think the PS4 Pro needs a price cut? You said when you think it would happen, which was December, November, but do you think it needs one?
I like doing it right before Xbox One X comes out.
Right before?
Right.
1 week before for the fresh cut.
Right.
That's too fresh.
Yeah.
That's too fresh.
Then
Everybody knows exactly what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
You do not...
It's like stab in the belly while looking Microsoft in the eyes.
You do not
we are
sully the
lowering-
blade until the enemy is within striking distance.
Yes. Premeditated
So this is...
personal attack.
We touched on this in the podcast, this next one. It actually, this is not the only instance of this comment popping up, and I'm actually curious about the answer. Why Is Skyrim the new Borderlands for the Allies? With all love and respect, the title is coming to VR. This title is coming to VR is the sort of app I've been waiting for. I'm now seriously considering getting a Vive for the eventual release because I think I have a game I could put serious time in, and it's a world I'm always eager to be more immersed in. Respectfully, Karaz. Why are we trashing on Skyrim?
It is in no way the new Borderlands.
Okay,
Allies.
all right.
Just right in this moment, we're ragging on it because it's a 6-year-old game that was in 3 press conferences this year. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like the conferences too paid up. They paid for 6-year-old Skyrim to have a moment.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Skyrim.
Yeah.
Okay, when you play armchair analyst, okay, you go, wow, Skyrim, it's sold so much. Wow, it's coming to these different platforms. Wow, it's going to be on VR. Yes, I understand that. There is some truth to that. That's not nothing. You can't completely scoff at that. But then I think to myself, and I think this is true for many people, boy, I've played Skyrim 3 times. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like I can't get excited about it because it's been so overexposed. Like, yes, I guess in the strictest sense it might be a smart move. But I think for so many people, there's been about as much noise about Skyrim as we can possibly make. What is there to say about Skyrim anymore?
Damiani, what is it, man? Why are you not enthusiastic about Skyrim right now?
Amiibo.
What does that mean? Because actually, I didn't bring that up at this whole time.
They're putting it on Switch, and it's getting Amiibo functionality where you put the Link Breath of the Wild Amiibo on there, and it unlocks Link's outfit and Master Sword in Skyrim. One of the most pointless and annoying.
That sounds really cool.
No, it doesn't.
I'm telling you right now,
No, it doesn't.
if you can put
If it was Elder Scrolls 6, sure, cool,
Yeah.
awesome promotion there.
So I'm
6-year-old game that Nintendo's probably had to like sacrifice an arm and a leg to get Bethesda even to look their way. Too high of a price. That was not worth it.
So the impression I get, to encapsulate it, is that it's not ill will toward the game necessarily. It's just a game that's been around for a
we're not talking
long
about the
time.
quality. We're not talking anything about the quality of the game.
I don't want our reactions to be misinterpreted. I think Skyrim is a good game.
I love
I
Skyrim.
think the Allies would say that collectively. We greatly enjoy
Love
Skyrim.
it.
And I think when it was coming out, there was nothing but excitement. I remember coming into work and talking like, man, what did you do? What did you find?
Yeah.
But you get to a point where you run out of stuff.
Yeah.
We've run out of stuff with Skyrim. And it's also just not the greatest role-playing game of all time. That needs to be said. It's very good, not the greatest.
if you can put Bowser and Ganon though amiibos in Skyrim and they turn into like dragons,
Yeah.
I'll
Ganon
stream
turns
it.
into a dragon?
like a dragon Bowser or a dragon Ganon.
Well, it would be the Beast Ganon.
Yeah, but like Skyrim'd out.
Skyrim'd
So he's
out,
got like
yeah.
wings.
Okay.
You know?
I hope it's just
Now
it
we're
looks-
talking.
Yeah.
Now
I
it's
think
something we've never seen before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope
Then
it's just,
I will play.
I hope it's just cartoon Bowser with a David King helmet.
What Nintendo should have been doing is going harder after Overwatch. Stop! Don't waste. Don't
Why?
show-
What are you talking about?
Oh, they're doing stuff. Anyway,
happening on the video.
but Kyle, did you see what Blizzard said about Overwatch on Switch? Oh,
Oh, no, I mean, I love that.
That face.
Oh gosh. They said it is technically possible to get Overwatch to run on Switch. It will just take a lot of reworking. So they're thinking about, they're considering it, which means Nintendo, talk to us, make us an offer. What do you how much is this worth to you? So if Skyrim, Overwatch on Switch would be way more beneficial for Nintendo than it makes. Sometimes I don't get it. I don't get what they're thinking. Maybe the price is too high from Blizzard. Maybe Blizzard wants
it'll
some
happen.
exuberant amount of money, which is like, okay, no, that's not
Don't worry
worth
about
it.
It'll happen. It's only year one, man. It's only a few months. It's only been out a few months. Overwatch is coming. Let's talk about bets. It's time for bets.
Okay,
How about one more?
Nope.
one more for the road.
Really, do you want one?
I know chat does.
Huber, you were getting antsy, man. It's like, oh, it's time to move on.
No, wait, one more.
No, it's time to move on.
One more.
No. You got to talk about games tonight and everything.
Okay. All right.
Let's do bets. Next week's bet. This is going to be complicated. What's going to happen is I'm going to do the prompt. I'm going to have all of us come up with a number, and then we're going to have to say it on the count of 3. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. We all say our number at the same time, and then we each take a turn re-saying what our number. But because we all said it at once, chat will know. We'll check the tapes.
Yeah.
If you lied, if you changed your number, we're coming after you.
Write it in below.
Coming after you hot.
Your bet will be voided.
You have to stream Skyrim VR for 3 hours. Oh.
Jones has to play the entirety of a Metroid game.
Yeah, if any of us cheat, Jones has to play through them. Okay, so
All right, here we go, boys.
ARMS is releasing this Friday. Yeah. Good. Just a sprinkle of it. They remixed it. At this point next week, how many views will be on Nintendo's official YouTube upload of the ARMS Grand Finals?
Ooh, okay.
How many views?
Wait, this time next week.
And to make this simple, let's just do the number before the comma. So if I was to say it's going to be 999,000 views, just say 999.
It's a good game.
Okay.
So we're just doing the...
Well, it could be a million something. It could be a million. So yeah, just say the exact number. Say the exact number of views that you want to think. Okay. Damiani, do you have your bet?
Yep.
Ben, do you have your bet?
Yes.
Hubert, do you have your bet?
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Now I have my bet. 1, 2, 3. 540,322. Okay, Damiani, what was your bet?
150,000. Said 150K.
Okay.
273,000.
Hubert.
375,000.
I said 540,322. Let me lock those in.
I think I said 370.
Oh boy. Check the tape. Me too, Hubert. Me too, dude.
I questioned it.
I panicked. I was like, did I say that? Did I say that? Me too, man. We should have written that down. That we lost the cards. Anyway, last week's bet. Ian, we're gonna need you for this actually. We're going right now to the top story. Please don't reveal yet. We're going to the top story. We're going to IGN.com first of all. There's a section called Top Stories. We're going to the topmost top story. And we're going to see how many comments are attached to it.
In on this.
Jones bet 250. Bloodworth bet 167.
Mine is crazy.
Hubert bet 1,100. I bet 510.
Shoot for the stars.
IGN.
And Don bet
Shoot for
234.
the stars.
And so, Ian, you'll have to scroll down to find top stories. It is on the front page.
The top story is called... Oh, hang on.
Yeah, this is
I
great.
found top stories. The
Yep.
top story is called Dota 2 Slit Breaker Campaign.
Oh, that's bad. That's a bad sign.
No way,
Hubert.
baby. MOBA. Come on, MOBA.
Scrolling down to comments.
It's like a pet. Come on, Mola.
All right. So,
Okay. So, what's the headline? One more time. What's the headline?
hang on.
Yeah.
The headline, it's only showing part of it for some reason here,
Okay.
but it says Dota 2 Slit Breaker Campaign.
Breaker.
And it was published 18 minutes ago.
That's the top story. Yep.
We have 13 people looking at this article and 0 comments.
Yeah!
1,100 off.
Oh, that's funny. Slit breaker. That means that Bloodworth wins the bets. Ben. Whoa! Wow!
Whoa,
That was a nugget.
Bloodworth.
That is like mercenary faction unaffiliated with the Purple Platypi.
Yeah. So Ben, you'll be taking the point, but let's go over the score. The Purple Platypi have 8 points.
What? That was the platypi?
Hold on. There's a room full of Purple Platypi. I really want you to try it all
right.
together.
Three.
Please.
Oh, I thought I was thinking Jones's.
So Purple Platypi 8 points. Red Eagles 16.
You bastard.
Double the points, baby.
Can I give some perspective on the arms thing?
Give us a nugget.
Yeah.
So the Splatoon invitationals that are up right now,
Yeah.
they're sitting between 22,000 and 37,000.
Nothing brings him in like the finals.
Oh boy, we got a whole week. We got a whole week, bud.
Comment, but I have to log in.
We got a whole week. Okay, Sar. Let me talk about Easy Allies and Patreon before we hand off the microphone to Ben. Easy Allies is a group of people who love video games and make videos about video games. You may be watching this live right now, or you may be hearing this podcast recorded for the first time. And that's the thing. We do a lot of things. We do live streaming. We do podcasts, but we also do reviews. We do previews. We do just streams about games we love and streams about the newest games, and we stream together as a group and we stream individually, and we do all of those things because we love video games. And the way that we do that is through patreon.com/easyallies, and that is how we're supported. That's how we work. That's how we still continue to function, and that is because people through Patreon support us monthly. That's how we exist. That's how we operate. And so that's a cool website to check out just to see how that might work. And if you want to see the types of videos we do, the best way to do that is to go to easyallies.com and to check out our videos easily organized there. Check out our series, the kind of things we do. And also our schedule is posted there with all times in your time zone.
Love that.
Whew. You know what's hilarious? At that panel I was at earlier today about how to become a YouTube superstar, I was talking about everybody could just go to check out easyallies.com. Matt Pat goes, "You have a website?"
You lost.
I love
He's
it.
like, I'm never inviting you back.
He's in this other stratosphere. We're like, "You have a website, man?" That's like, what is wrong with you? And so I said, just Google Easy Allies, and that's what everybody just Google Easy Allies. I love that.
But we don't have to have some crazy chart with a bunch of different colors on it to figure out what time our shows are on.
Yeah.
You lost.
So Ben, because you won the bet this week. Oh, and by the way, I think Huber, you achieved your goal. Ben, you achieved your goal.
Yeah.
You were throwing a curveball. Damiani, you failed at your goal. Ben, you get the right.
Damiani, like, spited his
Oh yeah, he
goal.
spited his goal. Ben, you get the right and responsibility to share your Twitter handle with the world. You get to promote any Easy Allies video you would like to promote. You get the final word on anything you've disagreed with or simply want to reiterate throughout the entirety of this podcast, even the first half that you were not a part of. And you get to sign off with your trademark sign-off.
Clarification.
Yeah.
Does the final word have to be a point brought up in the podcast itself?
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes if it's just off the dome, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, I just want to say you're a professional. I apologize for disrupting.
Too late. It's far too late for that. This is not a professional podcast. Next week it'll be professional again. There's some comments I definitely wanted to get into. We'll go even deeper next week. Thank you so much everybody for watching this. Sorry, and Ben.
I'm Ben Moore. If you wanna follow me on Twitter, it's at BenMoore035. Huber actually leading to my final word. This is something I want to say. I think it's very important. It is not easy. It's not easy moderating a podcast. I know it looks easy sometimes, and we were a bunch of jokers tonight. We tend to get unruly, but I think tonight we took that to an extreme degree, and Kyle Bossman handled it like a champion and did not break, kept the show rolling, kept it fun, kept it entertaining for people. This is not a joke. This is not... No, there's no sarcasm here. I think he deserves a round of applause for that, and I think it deserves to be recognized. Very good stuff. What's the last thing?
You get to promote an Easy Allies video.
Oh. All right, I hadn't thought that far ahead. Here's what I want to promote. I want to promote the Easy Allies betting special.
Whoa.
Yeah, because, man, the Easy Allies betting special made me realize I had that moment where I was like, I get to do this?
Yeah.
I get to dress up like a dinosaur and go and make just the worst E3 bets ever. This is my entire day. I think the Easy Allies E3 betting special captures the magic of Easy Allies. I think it captures why we love doing it so much. I think all of us are in that video, and I think it's worth a watch.
Cool. And results showed next week. Don't expect it soon. It'll be hard to produce, basically, is what I mean by that. Not like snooty, like we're not working on it. It's just going to be hard to edit and everything and shoot.
It's been acknowledged.
And
you've acknowledged it.
Metroid Prime 4. And then, Ben, your trademark sign-off.
It's always been pay to win, but I don't want it to be pay to win anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like Chinese New Year. It's like E3 represents our new year.
Right.
It's a new year right now.
I don't feel like that right now.
So
What do you feel like?
What do you feel like? What's your new trademark sign-off?
Wait a minute.
Oh God.
No.
I know it's coming.
Do you know what it is?
I know it's coming.
Okay.
I'm hotly anticipating
Okay.
this.
All right.
A new trademark sign-off is a big deal.
Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor.